invited guests, dignitaries, on Board of Education, and administrative members, could you please make your way onto the field at this time?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Laurel High School, and before kickoff and for the pregame show, we are going to have the Laurel High School Laurel School District is dedicating some buildings today, some new buildings to some former coaches and dignitaries in the area, and they're honoring their 1986 Division II state championship team. That was the first state championship any sport in Laurel school history. So sit back and join the pregame festivities. Superintendent Sean Larimore will be on and introduce his dignified guest and dedicate their buildings. So sit back and enjoy, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming my friend and our Laurel Board of Education President, Mrs. Linda Winchon.
Okay, I would like to welcome all of you today. This is very unique, and we've got a beautiful day for all the activities that are going on. I'd like to acknowledge some guests here today. We have the team of 1986 football team, Division II state champion. We have Coach Mike Norton. We have the family of fifth grade. The family of Dale Boyce. I'd like to recognize Mayor John Schwebb. And Board of Education members. The first, Sabrina Isler, Vice President. Brent Nichols, Shane McCarty, and Brad Lee. I would also like to introduce our Assistant Superintendent, Ashley Kiska. And next, I want to turn the program over to our Laurel High School Superintendent, Mr. Sean Laurel.
Welcome everybody, welcome home. First off, I have to have some appreciation for some very important people who without this would not even be happening today. My assistant Laurel Lewis and Director of Student Support, Susan Riley. Great job, ladies. Everything we did today for organizing the parade until what you have here with the 1986 tent and vendors, all that came through Lori and Susan. So one more round of applause for Lori and Susan, please. I'd also like to thank the Laurel Board of Education for having the vision to approve this day, Homecoming Saturday. We've never done this before, so to the board, I say thank you very much for your yes. Thank you very much for your belief in this day and your belief in me. Thank you. I want to make sure that I thank our LMHS custodial, maintenance, and information technology staff because, again, without them, none of this would be happening today. So, to our custodial maintenance team and our IT staff, thank you very much. I want to thank the Colorado Assembly Elementary School, North Laurel Elementary School, and the LMHS staff and administration for their contributions today, for the parade floats, for their commitment to Spirit Week, the pep rallies they've had, and moreover, the unbridled enthusiasm for today's events. To those organizations, thank you so much. I want to thank Laurel Pop Warner because they put all their schedules on hold today so all those people could be here, and I'm so appreciative of Laurel Pop Warner, its football players and its cheerleaders for being a part of today's events. Thank you so much. Last but not least, I want to thank the community. I want to thank you for your partnership and your eagerness to do so. I want to thank you for the boundless trust that I feel that you put in me. And I want to thank you for the overwhelming support that you've given the Laurel School District. Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to introduce the team of 1986 and our coaching staff. I'm going to announce them one by one. Hopefully I don't miss anybody, but as I announce you, if you could stand, and we can applaud each one as they stand, please. Paul James. Harrington. Kevin Wheatley. James Senior. Danny Alvarez. Mike Lawyer. Scott Sheridan. Gene Palmer. Darren Mills. Barry Highland. Bill Thompson. Brian Cornadi. Chip Venable. Brent Milton. Fred Smith. David Lambert. Manager Ronald Brown. He's in the back. Before I introduce our coaches, have I missed any players? Sean Laurel. I set that up nicely. Our coaches who are with us today. Coach Mike Smith. Coach Chester Davis. Coach Scott Morgan. And head coach Mike Norton. Ladies and gentlemen, have one more round of applause for our 1986 Division II champions. At this time, I would like to introduce Gene Carver, speaking on behalf of the officials and the dedication of the Biffley Officials Room. Gene Carver.
It's an honor to be speaking today on behalf of the dedication of the Biffley Officials Group. Biff officiated high school football as a member of the Delmarva Football Officials Association for 48 years. Biff brought a high level of professionalism to the association and to the playing field every Friday night and occasional Saturday when he stepped on the field for a game. Biff knew the game was not about him, but rather that he was providing a necessary service to the teams and the coaching staff. In his pre-games, he always said, the best games you work are the ones when you didn't even know you were there. Give the kids every inch they deserve, they work hard for it, but don't allow either team to gain advantage outside of the rules. Biff expected and demanded the absolute best effort from his entire crew, and most often the coaches recognized that and had a high expectation when Biff stepped on the field. I once heard Biff say in a conversation that all the things he'd been involved with in his life, retired from the Delaware State Police, longtime state representative of the 40th District, lifetime member of the Laurel Fire Department, and numerous others, and officiating football was one of his top accomplishments. It meant that much to him. Biff was one of the most fair, prepared, and disciplined officials that I've ever had the honor to work with. His wealth of knowledge was grand, and every fellow official, whether new or seasoned, listened to what Biff had to say. Biff was proud of the Laurel community, as evident not only by the many associations he was involved with, but also with his presence at almost every town function, sporting event, program, you name it, Biff was there. He would be quite honored to have this building named in his remembrance. So on behalf of the Delmarva Football Officials Association, I would like to thank the Laurel School District for the naming of the Biffley Officials Group. I'd now like to introduce Biff's son and school board member, Bradley, and his son, Brentley.
On behalf of my brother Brent and the entire team, thank you for all here today. We can't thank you enough for the honor. The Laurel School District for naming the officials of my father. A lot of us, including Brent and myself, call you the Biffer. So every Friday, we got home from school, not quite 48 years, I'm close, but not quite there. We walk in that kitchen and Dad would be sitting in one certain chair, fully dressed, and this is at 4:04 in the afternoon. Whether we had a game in Delmar or a game in the Gator Stadium, he was ready to go at 3:45. And for those officials that had to ride with him, if his proper bus was leaving at 6 p.m., 5 p.m., if you weren't there 5 minutes before, you were late. You may have to find your own ride. He had the same green bowl, probably from the 1970s, that he had tomato soup every single Friday evening. And if he was a little bit hungrier, he'd have a grilled cheese to go with it. But he thoroughly enjoyed the officiating, the kids, made lots of friends, Coach Norton, with all the coaches. I've heard a couple stories today. But I will tell you that he was very fair, firm, and consistent. And that's the same man that I got to see every single day of my life. He gave this football field the same appreciation, the same dedication that he gave for each and all of us, the Woodbridge family, every day that he took a breath. So he's thoroughly missed today, but I'm going to think of one word that he would say to this team, and that is, this is me. That would be his word today. So again, I just want to thank Mr. Laurel, Mr. Giska, my fellow school board members, the Laurel School District. We have a lot to be proud of. The place is coming a long way. It's got a lot further to go. But I can't tell you how proud I am today that you were my father for this. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart and the entire Lee family. And I will tell you that the Biffer, fair, firm, consistent, he still ate and breathed Bulldog red and white. Go Dogs.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Jana Pugh, speaking on behalf of the Boyce family regarding the Dale Boyce dedication of the Dale Boyce press box. Mrs. Jana Pugh, everybody.
Hi everybody. Like I told Mr. Larimore, what a fantastic day. I don't know if he ordered the weather. He did, okay. It's all good. On behalf of myself and my family, my sister Brenda and her family, my brother Blair, who's not here, they have a ball tournament. We just want to thank the Laurel School District, Board of Education for this honor. It comes at a really unique day. Today would have been our mother's 84th birthday. So we're celebrating two things today. So it really means a lot to us. Those of you that know Dad, he was the first all-state football player for Laurel in the 49-50 season, and from that time on, he was Laurel Bulldog. Bulldog football especially. And it didn't matter where he traveled, which his job took him all over the country during the fall catching. He had, as he said, all the dogs. And one thing that came to me yesterday, Mr. Sean Larimore, he used to call lawnmower. Remember that? He'd say, and there goes Sean Larimore, lawnmower through the line. And he got a kick out of that, it was kind of neat. But he loved football, not just you guys, every year. He was able to call the dogs for his son-in-law, Mike, for his grandson, Damon Mark, and I'm sure that was really a unique experience for him. And then when Dad left us, his grandson-in-law, Patrick Vanderslice, took over. And now he's calling the dogs. So the press box, the old one especially, I think all of us children and grandkids, we all up in there. Because if them couldn't be there, sometimes I had to come up and stop for that. So you never knew who did it. But it's all come around. Dad played for George Schoenberger. We're on Schoenberger Steel. And today, the head coach of the Laurel Bulldogs, Eston Ennis, is a man that called my dad Poppy, and my dad called his grandson. So it's really an honor today, and we thank everybody, and we're humbled by this. And as Dad always said, here come the dogs.
At this time, speaking on behalf of the Team of 86 in regards to the dedication of the Mike Jordan Team Building, I'd like to call out the greatest expert in Laurel High School District and one of the greatest leaders that I could ever imagine, and I mean that in all sincerity, Danny Alvarez.
happy to be here today. My name is Danny Alvarez, the dedicated this building to Mike Norton team building on behalf of me and my brothers on the 1986 state championship team. You know, when Coach Norton came here to coach, we were perennial 2-18. We were lucky, and we had no idea how to win. When the chips were down, we were behind in the second half, third, fourth quarter. We never believed we were going to win. And you know, look what happened. Just a few short years after he came, we went from a perennial 2-18 to the first ever state championship team ever in Laurel High School. That doesn't happen. You have to learn how to win. The teams are not first. Teams have to learn how to win and learn how to win together. So when Coach Norton got here, he set up about a plan teaching us how to win is the way I saw it. Because I saw it unfold in front of me. He taught us a few things. He taught us how to be disciplined. We used to do these drills where we were standing there calling down, set, up, and take one step. And I thought, man, this is the safest thing in the world. You know, but someone would always jump off sides too early. He taught us to, and someone would jump off the wall. So he taught us how to be disciplined. And you know, after about a week of doing that, I learned, okay, this is what this is for. When we come time to the game, we were jumping off sides a lot less than other teams were jumping off sides. He taught us how to work hard. You can't imagine how the biggest detriment to any team is laziness. You're not out there working hard every day. He used to say, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And I say that every day to people that I work with and their friends I know who play sporting events. The other thing he taught us that I really took umbrage with, not umbrage, but I took a lot of value in is he taught us how to be accountable to each other in life. And I think football teaches you how to do that. You've got the guy standing next to you on the line, the guy standing next to you on the sideline, you've got the guy, the linebacker behind you, the running back's behind you. Everyone has to be accountable to each other because everyone has to do their job. And he taught us all how to make sure that we just focus on doing our jobs and everything else will come together. He taught us how to be men. You know, men do all these things. Men pay attention to detail. Men are disciplined. Men hold themselves and their teammates and brothers accountable. And men follow through on the things they say they're going to do. And that brought us in 1986, the first ever state championship, and I couldn't be more proud of it. So, Coach, thank you for that. I do want to say one thing. I feel like I'd be remiss in saying that we really should be here earlier celebrating the 30th anniversary because he really got us the state championship 1 year earlier. In fact, we should have 3 back-to-back state championships. But I do want to honor the 1985 state championship finalist team. Those Bulldogs were one bad run, and Coach Norton made them that way. And I wish those guys could be here as well, and I want to honor them as well. So again, it's my great honor to introduce our coach, always will be my coach, Coach Mike Norton.
Sean didn't say I didn't speak. It's really an honor to be back here. Very humbling experience. Shall return. Some of the greatest years of my life were here at Laurel. Yeah, I may get the name of the building, but I had a lot of help. We had some great coaching staff. A lot of them are here today. Had some wonderful players. We weren't always the most talented bunch out there, but they were dumb enough to believe that they always had a chance to win. Maybe it was brainwashing, I don't know, but they always felt like they could win. And honestly, sometimes they surprised me. Some games I wasn't sure what the outcome was going to be. But a very hard-working bunch. You know, it takes a lot to become a team. And the thing that impresses me the most was looking at the highlight film earlier today with them. When you see somebody would cover a fumble or make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, you'd see 10, 11 people pounding on the back. Good job. You don't always see that. You know, when they first saw each other today, patting each other on the back, hey, it's great to see you. Okay, this is 30 years ago, okay, that this happened. You know, just a great bunch of guys. You know, I want to thank the school board for letting this event happen. It's wonderful for me, and I'm sure wonderful for all these people. Thank you, Sean, for getting it together, and all the people who helped you. Very big honor, and you know, I can't say enough. Thank you very much.
If there are any takeaways that I hope our future Bulldogs and current Bulldogs take away from today, I hope it's that you realize that you would serve yourself well to live a servant leader life like a good leader, be firm but fair and consistent. I hope that you can find some way in your life to be passionate about something as Dale Bush was about the Bulldogs. And I sure hope that one day you can serve as a mentor to young women and young men, just like Mike Norton did, and make everyone the best version of themselves. At this time, I'd like to have an honorary ribbon cutting to celebrate the naming of the Good City Officials Room, the Dale Boys Press Box, and also the Mike Norton Team Building. So if everyone can come up to the track, we're going to spread it out and going to have a ribbon cutting to symbolize all these dedications.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Laurel High School, and that was the field dedication, press box dedication, the Biffley referees room, and Mike Norton team room. We're at Schellenberger Field here in Laurel, Delaware. They also brought back the 1986 Division II state champion Laurel Bulldogs, and wow, with me today is Jordan Westcott. Jordan Westcott, a lot of history here that we've seen in front of us.
Yeah, definitely. Many great memories here.
And we were joking as they were family members were coming up, and they were naming the same family members. And that when you describe Laurel, and I'm sure Bridgeville the same way, it's almost like everybody's family. Everybody's kind of related. If you're not, you know somebody.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a small town, and mostly everybody's related around. It's a pretty good family-oriented place.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break for the national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won, will so gallantly stream. And the rockets red flash through my bursting air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And I look over to Trey, and Trey's one of the singing umpires from Sports at the Beach, Mike McCrae. Tradition that they have over there every morning before the tournament starts. One of the umpires will sing the national anthem, Mike McCrae from Laurel, and we've heard that rendition several times. So, Jordan, let's start talking some high school football, and we're here today for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders and the Laurel Bulldogs, and a little bit at stake for here today because I understand little brother may be back in the lineup today. Is he back and healthy?
Yeah, he got cleared Monday. He's back today. I believe he's starting corner today, so we're looking for big things from him.
Gabe Westcott, he's only a sophomore, folks, number 11. He was injured in the first game of the season. We were breaking about fractured the elbow.
Yeah, he fractured his arm. He had the choice of getting surgery or leaving it heal on its own, and he decided to let it heal on his own. And God bless, it worked out.
Well, and you know, we watched last week's game, and one of the things we noticed was the mismatch in size that the Woodbridge Blue Raiders had with Milford that led to some completion passes. That's going to change with Gabe because he's going to bring a little bit bigger body into the game.
Yeah, Gabe's a little bit taller than some of Woodbridge's corners had last week, but Woodbridge likes to go man-to-man a lot, so that's going to help him out with Gabe being a little taller today, and he's pretty athletic.
So, folks, let's get right into it. Let's talk about our impact player. Bulldogs. I'm going with the impact player number 9, the quarterback, Perez Nichols. He's a senior. He is their offense. He is their defense. He's probably the most athletic player on the field, Jordan.
Yeah, Eston has an athletic quarterback, and I'm pretty sure he's incorporating a little bit of Wesley offense in it, and that kind of offense, you need a pretty athletic quarterback, so expect to see big things out of him today.
The last game I was here when they beat Lake Forest, Mike Handy carried the load, but in a game like today, we saw that last week with Hovington, you are not going to pound the Laurel defense with a fullback. So today, I'm going with my other impact player for Laurel is Deion Parker, kind of a scat back, a quicker back, a guy that can get to the edge and maybe get off tackle and pick up some big gains for the Laurel Bulldogs.
Right, and a running back like that, I mean, it's tough to stop because he can stretch the field many different ways. But like last week, we saw Hovington pounding the ball. You're not really going to see that this week. You're going to see a little bit of he's going to try to stretch the defense. So we'll see how Raiders react to that.
For the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, I'm going with quarterback Troy Haynes. Why am I going back with Troy Haynes? Because he came into last week's game with no interceptions. He left last week's games with 2 interceptions, technically 3. The one was called back on pass interference. He's got 2 weeks before we get to the playoffs. They're going to need a passing game to run through that bracket. I think Troy Haynes has to step up and show that he's a quarterback that can throw the football accurately today.
Right. Last week was definitely a humbling experience for Troy. I mean, he came into the game with no interceptions. And this week, it will be definitely be able to see if we can get his confidence back a little bit and going into the playoffs.
And our other impact player of the game, and Shamir Vessels, number 66. Why Shamir Vessels? Because Shamir Vessels is the kind of guy that can impose himself on an offense. And I think he needs to come in here and impose his will early. Just be Shamir Vessels.
Right, Shamir, he's a special kind of player. I mean, last week we was talking about how good the 2 defensive ends is, number 17, Lea Stiles, and Shamir. Shamir really has to step up this game and show his presence and be the leader that he is.
So, folks, here we go. It's almost game time. 6 minutes before kickoff. Laurel Bulldogs, Woodbridge Blue Raiders, and we're going to be back after a word from one of our sponsors, Sodell Concepts.
Scott Camera of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in Southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Camera of Sodell.
Welcome back to high school, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me on 302sports.com on the camera today, Trey Mitchell. And after last night's game, Jordan, I don't know if you tuned us in last night, we got to see that high-powered Smyrna offense.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're pretty good with their good running back, and Smyrna, they always got a pretty good offense.
They come out with a 56-16 victory over Cape Henlopen last night, clinching the Henlopen Conference Northern Division. And today, this is basically a setup for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders to put themselves in a position to win the Southern Division for the first time since 1999.
Yeah, this is a game they can't take lightly. I mean, I know Laurel's record doesn't show how good they are, but Woodbridge Raiders got to come in here confident, and they got to stay humble and not get too cocky or too big-headed. They just got to play ball.
So the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, they come onto the field. They'll be wearing the black helmets, white jerseys, and gray pants, and waiting the arrival of the Laurel Bulldogs through the big Bulldogs sitting down in the corner of the end zone. Today's temperature's a fairly nice day. Very little wind, sun shining. It's a great afternoon for Saturday afternoon football. Rare occasion in the Henlopen Conference here, but a lot of teams seem to be going to this Saturday homecoming game.
Yeah, I think it's something they need to do something different a little bit. Change it up. Friday night games. I mean, everybody loves Friday night games, but what about Saturday afternoon? It's just a whole different atmosphere.
Absolutely. It's high school football. We don't have Little Wayne doing our picks like game day today, but it's me and Jordan. And Jordan, it says here, what do you think here? Who do you got here in this game today?
I'm going to go with the Raiders. I mean, I think last week they dominated Milford, which was undefeated, and I think if they come in here humble and confident, and I think they'll come out with the win.
And I'm going with the Woodbridge Blue Raiders to go 9-0 and set themselves up next week for the shot at the Henlopen South Championship. I'm taking the Blue Raiders 42 and the Laurel Bulldogs 7. Next week is not only what makes next week. We'll have that game next week, folks, in Bridgeville. What makes it special is it not just is it for the Henlopen South title. It's a huge rivalry. It's the Lions Cup trophy game between Woodbridge and Delmar, and that goes back to the 1930s.
Yeah, that's a big game. I mean, that's the one game you don't want to lose, because after that game, you go to have a dinner, and both teams come together, and you don't want to be sitting at that table as a loser. So that's going to be a big matchup and a big fight for the Raiders and Delmar. And
like I said last week when I was talking to Jordan, that trophy had been around Delmar for so long that I'm sure there's a spot in the trophy case that doesn't have dust, has a clear spot, and I'm sure Coach Manlove had to take that old trophy home and dust her off and shine her up for the Woodbridge trophy case.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know when I played, there wasn't too many times that we beat Delmar, but yeah, I'm sure Manlove did have to shine her up a little bit since Delmar had it so long. And
maybe he'll tell him, hey, look, in another 12 years, I'll bring this back and it'll be nice and shiny for you, right? So here we go. We captains are at midfield. 58 degrees on this November Saturday, folks. Beautiful weather for Sussex County. And the Woodbridge Blue Raiders have won the toss, and they're going to receive. So same thing Cape did last night, and of course Cape's doing it with a high-powered offense like Smyrna. No defer there. What do you think of that?
I think Woodbridge, they want to come out, they're away. They want to come out and score an early touchdown and get the momentum going in their favor. I mean, it's a big day for Laurel. It's their homecoming. They're going to have high emotions. So Laurel's going to look out here to get an upset today, I think.
Laurel being the all-red, moving from left to right today. This is a natural Bermuda grass field. Looks like a beautiful condition. I was down on it earlier today, and it almost had that turf feeling to it. It's a good field and has a nice crown on it, so it drains. Woodbridge will be going from right to left. the white jerseys. And I tell you, Jordan, Woodbridge they don't go fancy in the uniforms, do they? They're like the old throwback, threw on a white jersey and a pair of great pants, and let's get the game going, right?
Yeah, they're just kind of, just go out there and play football. I mean, they do have swag a little bit, but they don't need to show too much.
Right, absolutely. They want to show their swag in about 6 weeks, I think.
Right, definitely.
So it's going to be a long, tough road to get there. Looking at some of the teams get in, it looks like Caravel, they've cinched their spot. Big win over Cape last week, a win over Hodgson last night. So that should push them up into that 5-6 range and maybe make that a semifinal or a final matchup.
Yeah, Caravel's looking like the other powerhouse team in the division, and you can tell by their wins that they have. They have some pretty good wins, and they're looking to go deep into the playoffs.
Now, a good friend of mine, J.D. Mall, might say, not so fast, my friend. My St. George's Hawks are ready to play. We were there last year. We got a little taste of it. Now we want the trophy.
Yeah, actually, my brother, he brought the twins over last night, the Selby brothers, and I was actually talking a little smack to them.
And don't forget about Milford. They were down. They were injured last week. They come back. Bowman comes on, scores 3 touchdowns yesterday. And you have Glasgow. And next week we will have on 302 Sports South. We're going to have Woodbridge Delmar. 3 Sports North going to be carrying a couple games, and one of them is going to be the Glasgow St. George's game. And who would have ever thought that we'd be running some equipment over to Glasgow High School for a Week 10 game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's going to be a good matchup to see right there.
So here we go, folks. Laurel kicking off back deep for the Blue Raiders is Jamon Kane, and number 3, I believe. Nope, that's number 6. Richard Massey back deep, and up short, the guy with the electrifying punt return last week of 75 yards, number 3, Troy Haynes. And Jordan, where did we get? I get the Raiders. Where did we get the blue from? Any knowledge on that in the old Woodbridge history?
I'm not too sure, but it's a color that that we always bleed blue, and it's a color. It's a good color for
like
Woodbridge.
The Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders.
Right.
So here we go, folks. We're ready for kickoff. On the kick, number 43, and I don't have a name for him. It's a short kick. It's going to go to Holden and a spin move, nowhere to go. But Woodbridge is going to take over. 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Yeah, good job by Laurel right there, coming down on the kickoff and stop Antoine. He's an electrified player, so they really got to be careful watching him.
So 1st and 10 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. When they come out, they'll have quarterback Troy Haynes, 5'10", 160 pounds, sophomore. And last week we saw him. They got bit by the penalty bug early, and then it was Jamon Kane going off right side for a 65-yard touchdown run. And that's who's in the backfield now, along with number 2, Tariq Riddick. And it's a handoff to Kane, bounces it outside, cuts down the right sideline, has the first down. It's taken out of bounds by number 1, Dion Parker, the senior, 5'7", 160, and often starting the Woodbridge Blue Raiders first down.
Good run by Kane. I mean, he just picked up where he started off last week. He had a big run last week, and he's just picking up for a nice, good first down run.
Jamon Kane, 6'1", 170, sophomore. Big future for this kid. Kind of where we saw Shamir Vessels 3 years ago. 1st and 10 for the Blue Raiders, and it's going to be a handoff to Reek Riddick up the middle, and he's hit and taken down by number 68, Antonio Johnson, 6 foot 282.
Good stop by Laurel's D-line. They want to stop the middle running today because they're going to try to get Reddick the ball a lot. He's a game changer, and they've really got a key on him. And
when you say game changer, he is. A lot of these Woodbridge backs are. Riddick has just got some great moves, and maybe somebody with a little bit more style will say is Massey.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely a scat back.
That's a quick little toss, quick pitch out there to Riddick. And he's going to pick up about 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 and a manageable field position here for the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, Woodbridge starting early, trying to get their running backs out in the open space. They got a lot of speed, so we'll see if they continue to do that.
Ball at the 49-yard line, 3rd and 5 for the Blue Raiders. Heading open south, Southern Division matchup. Not a lot of Saturday games played here in Laurel, but it's just, as you came in, Jordan, you saw it was a circus-like atmosphere. What is it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All inflatables and, yeah. I formation for the Blue Raiders. It's going to be a toss to Kane. Got no running room. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Number 5 on the tackle, Skylar Chafnich.
Yeah, good job by the Laurel D-line by setting that edge and not letting that toss get outside. It made Riddick have to cut it up for a short gain.
On comes to punt, number 17, Lee A. Stiles. And I tell you something, if Lene Styles didn't punt once or twice a game and was on a team where he punted 4 or 5 times a game, he might be an all-state punter.
Oh, yeah, this kid, he's athletic. He can do it all. He plays DN, he punts. He can do it all.
And he's going to look to flip the field here with the ball about midfield. Drops a snap, and he's going to run with it. And he looked like he was balled up. He's going to be close to the first down, depending on where they mark him as he goes out of bounds near the first down marker.
Good spot. Good. He muffed the ball. And way to be an athlete. Just pick it up and run up the sideline.
I noticed when you talked about it, it's going to be a first down. When you say he muffed the ball, he was kind of nonchalant, didn't you think? It wasn't a great snap, but he was a little nonchalant taking it.
Yeah, he didn't have too much sense of urgency right there. He kind of let the defense draw him in and gave him a little head fake, ran up the sideline for a first down.
So first down for the Bulldogs for the Blue Raiders on their own mistake. And they'll be 1st and 10 at the Laurel 45-yard line. And hand off to Jamon Kane, and he looks for some running room up the middle. He's going to pick up about 4 or maybe 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, good way for the offensive line to go ahead and get them some confidence and get a couple yards.
Folks, we're on 302sports.com. You can find us on our YouTube channel. Of course, if you listen to me, you already found us. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Jordan Westcott, former Woodbridge Blue Raider, and Wesley College Wolverine standout at linebacker. I formation for the Blue Raiders. Laurel showing blitz, and I think somebody's going to be in the neutral zone.
Yeah, I see Laurel's trying to blitz a little bit. I'm sure Eston's trying to set some pressure and stop that running game.
And talk a little bit about Eston. You know him. He was the defensive coordinator of Woodbridge prior to taking over at Laurel.
Yeah, Eston came over with Man Love, and these guys really changed the program around. And Eston, he wanted to come back to his hometown, Laurel, and do the same thing here. And he's definitely a great coach and a leader of young men, and I'm sure he's going to get Laurel right.
I formation, slot to the near side. And it's going to be a toss to Riddick. He's got somebody breathing down his neck. That's big number 68, Antonio Johnson. That kid's quick for a big man.
Oh, man. He shot down that line of scrimmage when he saw that toss, and he wrapped quick Riddick up on the cutback, and that was a great play by him.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. And we kind of saw this with Woodbridge last week. Little slow getting started, but they finally once they get in their rhythm, they're hard to get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, let these guys get the butterflies out of their system and get a little warmed up on a couple runs and see if Coach Manlove try to take a shot from Troy Haynes.
2nd and 11. Here it is. And it's going to be intercepted after the tip. And he's going to run it out of the end zone. And out of bounds at about the 15. I don't know. I mean, he gets out to the 15, but Jordan, do you take the knee on that one, or do you try to run that thing out?
I mean, a game like this, I mean, it's a homecoming. You try to make plays. So, hey, if you're going to go out and try to make plays, let's do it. Take it out.
And that play was set. And then it bounced off Brewer and into the hands of number 4, Yolanex Gustin, a senior, and he's got a pick. And they deny Woodbridge on their first offensive possession. So the ball's going to be placed at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs. They come out of shotgun formation. Perez in the shotgun. And that's a handoff to number 21, who I do not have a number name for.
Good run by Laurel. I mean, I see their offensive linemen. They're getting a little chippy out there.
Right. Actually, that was 27, Ramir DeShields.
Laurel's offensive line, they're getting pushed downfield, and I can see they're coming out with aggression.
Seems to have fired up the Woodbridge front there. That's a big pickup there. Pickup of about 7. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Bulldogs. Perez in the shotgun. A little mix up at the mesh point. Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of a 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Let's see what Laurel does here on 3rd down. If they're going to go ahead and do some quick pass, or they're going to try to get the first down on the ground.
Laurel keeping it tight. 2 tight ends in this shotgun formation. More of a pistol formation. And Perez is going to keep it. He's hit at the line by number 8, Jamon Kane, and number 74, Brian Ireland, the transfer from from Florida. 6'2", 296. No gain on the play. Brings up a 4th and 2. Looks like they gave him a yard on the play, so let's bring up 4th and inches. And Coach Ennis is going to flip the field. Or maybe not. It looked like the punt team started to go out. Pulls them back off, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. So Coach Ennis, he's the riverboat gambler early here, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to come out here and try to get his first down. I mean, it's 1 yard. Just test your guys.
And they bring the pressure. Second effort. See where they mark him. Looks like he's got enough for the first down from the spot on the other side of the field. It is a first down. Laurel, a little second effort there, a little push, got him across.
Yeah, gutsy call right there by Coach Ennis. I mean, if you don't get that first down right there, you're on the 25-yard line. Woodbridge is looking to score a touchdown.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. 5:45 to go here in the first quarter. Pistol formation with 2 tight ends. That's going to be a ball's dropped. And it looks like Perez gets back on it. It's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 14 for the Bulldogs. We've seen a couple some bad exchanges on the handoff. That's the first one that's fumbled, though.
Yeah, when you're a quarterback and a running back, you got to have a good mesh point, and that's what just comes in practice. And a couple times it looks like the quarterback and running back aren't really getting a good mesh point, so that's what it's causing the messed up handoffs.
2nd and 14 for the Bulldogs. They're at their own 25-yard line. And Perez on the keeper. And wrapped up by Brock Keeler. It looked like Brock Keeler actually may have blitzed, something you don't see out of Woodbridge much this season.
Yeah, I see. I think Woodbridge is thinking, Laurel, they don't got no wide receivers out there, and they're just going to run it down the throat. So they're going to send some blitzes and some stunts and see what they can come up with.
Jed Bell, he takes over. He's the first-year defensive coordinator. He takes over for Eston Ennis, who was D coordinator last year. And he's been in the position where so far this year they haven't really had to put a lot of pressure with the linebackers. Today, he looks like he's going to start sending it.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows a lot about Eston and vice versa, and they know a lot about each other, so they kind of got an idea of what they're thinking. So it's going to be a good chess match.
2nd down, Perez drops back to pass and overthrows his receiver. That's number 35, Amari Cannon. I believe Amari was a Blue Raider last season.
Yeah, good roll up, good stop by the Raiders by containing that quarterback and making him throw the ball fast.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 11 for Laurel on the punt. Nafnich deep, the electric Antoine Holden. He was our player of the game last week. Scored 3 touchdowns, 2 receiving, and 1 on an electrifying 75-yard punt return.
Yeah, anytime this kid gets the ball in his hands, he's ready to score.
That's going to be a low kick, and it's going to roll down inside the 40 and out of bounds around the 39-yard line. Well, to make that to 38. Threw his beanbag just a little hard. So that's going to take over for Woodbridge. 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. So far, we've seen an interception, and then finally after a first down, a 3 and out. What's your gauge on this game so far?
I think both teams are just trying to feel each other out a little bit and get both coaches in the booth and see what they see and try to make some adjustments and see where they can exploit some weaknesses.
Woodbridge on their 2nd possession of the game, 1st and 10 from their own 38. I formation, slot to the top of the screen. And it's going to be a handoff to Riddick. He looks for some running room, and Laurel's just doing a good job of setting that edge and turning him in.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just staying home, doing their assignments and sealing their gaps and making the tackle. I mean, when it comes to a running game, that's what it comes down to. Everybody just doing their job and making the tackle.
2nd and 8 for the Blue Raiders. I think sometimes, Jordan, people think teams like Woodbridge have to come out and score early and score often, and that's not necessarily when you're 8-0 what you have to do.
Right, these kids this team has many good running backs, so they can just wear you down, as you see right here.
And there's Kane. He's going to be close to the first down, and he's got the first down with that spot. So 1st and 10 out to the 48 for the Blue Raiders. Both these teams, for Division II teams, have pretty good-sized lines. Woodbridge has a small right guard, but other than that, they got some beef out there.
Yeah, it's a good matchup on the line of scrimmage.
And it's going to be Riddick. Bounces off a tackle, takes it out the side to down the sideline, out of bounds, at about the Laurel 37. Perez on the tackle.
Yeah, it's a good run by Riddick. I mean, he followed his block, ran right in the back of his block, was patient, and then saw a lane outside and bounced it out for another good 10-5 yards.
Went to the reunion breakfast this morning. The 86 team met with the this year's team, and number 55, Kashad Gillespie, the sophomore, 6'3" or 5. They were watching the highlight film. He turned to Sean Larimore, the superintendent, and said, "Was it a requirement back then that you ran into your line when you ran into your lineman when you ran the ball?"
Right, that's not always a good thing.
We saw play after play where Sean Larimore would knock down his own tackle and then take off and run for 15 yards. Kind of concerning to a sophomore lineman. He wants to make sure they don't go back to that. First or 10 for the Blue Raiders. Hand off to Kane. Wrapped up about a yard. Ramir to Shields on the tackle. Gain of 1. Brings up a 2nd and 9.
This Laurel defense is doing a good job gang tackling everybody to the ball every play. I mean, if you got everybody at the ball every play, you can't really get yards.
2nd and 9 at the at the Laurel 37-yard line. Woodbridge Blue Raiders on their second drive of the game. First drive ended in an interception in the end zone. And it's going to be a quick toss out to Riddick. And got a little bit of running room, cuts it up in, picks up about maybe 3, maybe 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Woodbridge is continuing to try to get their fast running backs out in space. But Laurel's doing a good job of sealing the edge and not letting them get much running room.
I imagine we're going to see this pitch and this off tackle and maybe eventually come back with some type of counter or reverse with holding.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep running that toss, and getting that defense out there, just pursuing, flying out there, and you come back with that counter, it could be a big hitter.
So while we got this minute break here, let's talk a little bit about your other. We talked about your one brother, Gabe, a little bit about Logan. They're playing today. Where are they at and what's going on with Dell State football?
They're at home today, and they're looking for a win. You know, it's a struggle every week. You know, try to get a win, and they're going through a tough season this season. But he's chipping away and doing what he got to do to be a good athlete and a good teammate. And I just tell him every day, continue to do that, and good things will happen.
It's nice to have when you're in Logan's position to have a big brother that got to play a little bit of college football and to give you that type of advice.
Yeah, I try to give them all a little bit of advice as much as I can.
So here we go, 3rd and 5 off the time coming out of the timeout for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. Something Coach Ennis didn't like. He had to get out there and fix something coming up in this 3rd down play. Wing T formation, and it's going to be a handoff to Riddick, and he's turned back inside and taken down. The guy we just talked about, Gillespie, number 55.
Yeah, good fill by him. He got off his block, and they tried to do a little misdirection handoff, and he stayed home and made a great play.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 7. Loss of 1 on the play. You know, what I like about Coach Manlove is he doesn't panic in this situation. He just keeps on doing what he's doing, and we're going to make it work. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. That's putting a lot of confidence in your defense. Rolls out. He's looking for a receiver. He's got him, but I think it's in and out of his hands and goes out of bounds.
I mean, good play by the Laurel defense, staying with the receivers and not trying to come up on the quarterback and just trusting your D-line that they're going to eventually get to that quarterback and just staying with your man. And good stop by Laurel D.
And Perez comes up holding his arm or shoulder on this play. That's got to be concerning because that's your quarterback. That's your guy.
Yeah, anytime you see your quarterback holding his shoulder, especially his throwing arm, it's never a good thing to see.
So 1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs. They take over at their own 35-yard line. Pistol formation, motion coming to the near side. And it's going to be a handoff to number 27, Ramir DeShields. And he's hit by number 7, Blaze Rayford. Another big body out there for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders.
Yeah, good forward tackle by Blaze. I mean, they handed the ball off and he was ready to hold and make the play. Just good tackle.
So far today, the Bulldogs have challenged this front four of Woodbridge. Woodbridge front four have been touted highly this year, and they got a first down the first drive, and they're in their second drive of the game. They're 2nd and 9. And that's number 4 on the carry. Yolnex Gustin breaks through the hole, and then athletic plays. He tries to jump over a tackle, just loses his balance. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Laurel's just coming out here trying to pound the ball down Woodbridge's throat. And that was a good play by Laurel right there. And good pickup.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter, folks. Your score at the end of 1, Woodbridge Blue Raiders 0, Laurel Bulldogs 0, and we'll be back after this commercial.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family signed up. So my wife, my children, my young son comes in. My son's only 10.
They have the kids classes, they have the fitness class if you're just looking primarily to get in shape. Obviously the jiu-jitsu class is what I come here for.
Every time I walk through that door, I'm unbelievably happy, that I'm here. I mean, it's just a reminder of all the energy and effort that I've put in.
Even if you just watch a class first, you won't know until you try.
And welcome back to Laurel High School, folks. Benny Mitchell here with Jordan Westcott. 0-0 at the end of 1 quarter, and Woodbridge just a little trouble getting the old offense going.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to run the ball and fill each other out a little bit. And not got much going on. Let's see if Troy or one of these running backs can break loose for a big gain and get them in a score position.
Just got a text from our producer, Nick Halliday. He says the stream looks great. He goes, a nice sunny day kind of helps too. So that's what we got here in Laurel. 58 degrees in Laurel, Delaware, western Sussex County. Yeah, 3rd and 3. And maybe a yard or 2 on the play. They're going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, Laurel try to get Woodbridge to spread wide now. Got a little motion and run the ball up for the middle, and Woodbridge didn't fall for it and they stopped.
4th and 2. And on the punt is number 5, Chafnich. And folks, please, some of the ads we're running at the bottom of the screen, take note of some of these people that are helping us bring this high school football game to you. Styles close to blocking that punt there. I think he got in faster than he thought he was going to.
Yeah, but good play by him by not hitting that
right.
punter and not being disciplined and not causing a flag.
So the Blue Raiders are going to take over their first series of the second quarter, 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. And again, talking about our sponsors, folks, these businesses are around you. Please sponsor them or go out and support them as they sponsor high school football and bring these games to you and put these kids out there where you can see what they got to offer in these schools. Great day here in Laurel. Woodbridge takes over 1st and 10. 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. And that's going to be Riddick on the left side, and there's a flag. That's going to be a hold or a block in the back.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of last week a little bit with all the flags going on, but that was Woodbridge's first flag today, so they're going pretty good so far.
So we'll get the official call here. It was nice at Cape last night. They got the old hook up with the referee microphone and kind of can find out what the penalty is. And then we had a couple last week where we didn't even get a sign, much less. No, I was a little confused. And it makes us sound like we don't know what we're talking about. Not that we know what we're talking about, but I guess if we did, we'd be down there, not up here, right? So it's going to be a 1st and 20 now for Woodbridge. The ball at their own 19-yard line. So that appears to be a holding penalty. And it's going to be a little fake toss, come back to Kane. He's going to pick up about maybe 5 on the play.
Yeah, good run. Try to get some yards back from that big penalty. And good run by number 8.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and about 16. At the half, folks, we're going to have a whole host of 1986 Laurel players and coaches. We'll have Mike Norton, who was the head coach of that team, up here at halftime. And there's a quick toss to Riddick. He drops it. And it looked like Holden was the one that picked it up and tried to run it.
Yeah, just a little toss. Riddick didn't keep his eyes on the ball and getting that toss. He has to catch that ball before he tries to run off field.
That's going to bring up a third and a whole lot. It's like a third, about 25.
Yeah, let's see if the Raiders try to take a shot down the field right here. They're going to play it safe with just a run and punt the ball and play defense.
Well, yeah, they have one of the better defenses in the state, especially that front four. So you know, when you have that luxury, you can flip the field and put the ball in your defense's hands, basically. And it's going to be Richard Massey, maybe a gain of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring on Lee Stiles to punt. And this time he's going to have to. It's not going to be 5 yards if he drops the ball. He needs to get this ball off and flip this field.
Yeah, Raiders put themselves in a little bit of hole with the penalty and muff toss. Lee needs to come up here with a big punt.
So, like you said, a little bit of what we saw last week in the first half. They seem to turn it on in the second quarter, but right now, Woodbridge has no answer for what this Laurel defense is doing.
Yeah, Laurel's came out here with great intensity. Everybody running to the ball, making tackles. And it only takes 11 guys to make good defense.
Perez is going to field it at his own 48-yard line. He's got a wall, but he runs into number 56, Jacob Webb, with the tackle. Great field position for the Bulldogs. They're going to take over 1st and 10 from the Woodbridge 35.
Yeah, good punt return. He came up forward, got a couple big yards.
Stiles didn't get that. Wasn't a big booming kick. It was just like a floater down there, and was allowed. And of course, Perez is going to be playing baseball at a community college in Florida next summer or next year. Yeah, he's going to make that play in center field, so to speak. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs at the Woodbridge 36, pistol formation. That's a handoff to DeShields. He's got some running room, and shoestring tackle by number 3, Holden. Probably a touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah, Laurel got a great push on the offensive line there. There's a big hole. I could have run probably through that one.
That's going to bring up a second, and that's going to be a long one, call it a 2 here for the Bulldogs. And another handoff to DeShields. Enough for a 1st down. And Laurel's threatening to make the first score here in the game.
And they're just going to the offensive line, gets the defensive line, and they're just firing off the ball and just running the ball down the throat.
So we'll see if defensive coordinator Jed Bell changes anything up and starts sending some backers, because they're running right down their throats right now. They're inside the 30.
I think you almost have to send some blitzes here and try to get some blow some plays up in the backfield. You can't just be letting your linebackers sit back there. You got to attack, especially when you know they're going to be running the ball.
Pistol formation, wide receiver out to the right. And it's going to be another handoff to the keeper by Perez. Gets the corner, stiff arm. He goes out of bounds down around they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, good run by Perez. Number 8, Kane, was trying to set the edge, but he can't just shuffle. He got to run to the quarterback and make that play.
Second and 2 for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be another handoff to DeShields, and he's going to be stopped by a gain of 1 on the play. And then a lot of whistles. And we have a flag.
So this is just the offense or defense here.
Looks like it's against Woodbridge.
Face mask.
So face mask penalty against the Blue Raiders, and penalties of on offense they push themselves back, and now they're just aiding the Laurel offense on that play. They get a nice stop, and a face mask penalty makes it a 1st down.
You don't want to give 3 yards to the offense.
1st and goal for the Laurel Bulldogs. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. Perez takes the snap. Broken play. Nice tackle by number 3, Antoine Holden. It looked like the running back may have gone the wrong direction. Somebody went the wrong direction.
Yeah, misunderstanding there. And, good job by Perez, though, just to run the ball there and take less yards than he did. Great play by Antoine on 3 to come up and make that play, because if he doesn't make that play and Perez gets outside, that might be a touchdown.
Yeah, there's nobody else out there. That's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line for the Bulldogs. No score here in the second quarter. And handoff to the second handoff. That's to for Yolnex Gustin. He takes it down inside the 5. Just a little of a counter type play coming in off the wing in motion.
Yeah, good play there by the fake handoff first, and then handoff number 4 for about a 5-yard gain. Laurel's moving the ball down the field.
3rd and goal from the 3. Or the 2. 6:33 to play here in the half. No score.
This is a big test for Woodbridge's defense right here to make a stop. I mean, supposed to be the best defense in the state. Let's see it right here.
Pistol formation with 2 backs. And that's going to be the Shields, and he's in for a touchdown. Laurel strikes first at homecoming. 2-yard run by the Shields.
The difference I'm seeing right now is Laurel's offensive line. I mean, these guys are putting a fight to Woodbridge's defensive line right now. They're winning that matchup. Two Laurel offensive line just drove number 7 back from Woodbridge all the way to the goalpost.
So on the kick, number 49, Wilder Perez. He's a sophomore. It's good. With 6:14 to go, Laurel strikes first. They lead 7-0, folks. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts.
And I'm Jen Myers of Plate Catering.
And we'd love to invite you to check us out for your wedding or next event.
At Plate Catering, it's our mission to make your dream wedding a reality, expertly taking care of all the food and service details so you don't have to. Our professional team will work with you to create a one-of-a-kind event, whether it be on the beach, farm to table, or at your home. Whatever the venue or occasion, Plate Catering is here to help you make it the best it can be.
Plate Catering from Sodell Concepts. Check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts.
And I'm Jen Myers of Plate Catering.
And we'd love to invite...
And welcome back to Laurel, folks. 7-0, the Laurel Bulldogs, they strike first. So short kick, and it goes to Shamir Vessels. And Shamir Vessels has 4 touchdowns in his career. So he drops the ball, but gets back on it. So Woodbridge will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35. And you take a short kick like that. I believe Vessels has picked up a few fumbles in his career running back. First and 10 for the Blue Raiders. And that's a handoff to Kane off the left side. Cuts it back in the middle. Has some running room. Going to take it out across the 40-yard line. 2nd down. Yeah, we talked about his speed watching the punt return from last week. And Shamir Vessels was running side by side with Holden as they went in the end zone. 2nd and 3 here for Laurel. Looks like it's going to be Riddick off the left side. He's got a 1st down, and maybe a little bit more fired up now as they come out in 2 plays. They got a 1st down this drive. First down for the Blue Raiders. They're approaching midfield at about the own 46-yard line. And that's a handoff to Kane. Gain of about 3 on the play. And he's going to be a big, big kid when he gets to be a senior, Jordan. 2nd and 7 for the Blue Raiders. Here comes Riddick off the right side, gaining about a yard on the play. And Laurel doing a good job. They stretched out, and make the play.
Yeah, good job by Laurel. I mean, Kane came out with a assault on the lead block, and he kind of was dancing with the guy. They was fullback in the lead blocker like that. He got to really attack that defender. Great job by Laurel by setting that block to make the play.
3rd and 5, 4:19 to go here in the first half. Little counter action, and they snuff it out. Number 28, Rashid DeShields on the tackle. That's going to bring up a 4th and 7. On comes Leah Styles to punt again.
Yeah, good job by the Shields on staying low on that counter. If he wasn't there to make that play, it would have been first down. Great job by staying home and not falling for that counter and doing your job.
Yeah, it looks like Woodbridge, they threw one down the middle and it got picked. Maybe start running some outs and some bubble screens and something just to get things moving and stretch out that Laurel defense.
Yeah, they got to get the playmakers the ball safely as well. Defense is playing that kind of football.
It's taken by Perez at about his own 12-yard line. Makes a couple moves, stiff arms, gets down the right side, and he's going to be taken down at around the 23-yard line where Laurel's going to take over. 1st and 10.
Yeah, this kid Perez, he's an athlete. I mean, punt return, playing quarterback. Pretty good athlete.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Ball at their own 28-yard line. And this homecoming crowd, starting to get into it. So we'll see how Woodbridge plays in this hostile environment coming down the stretch here in the first half. That's a handoff to the Shields. He picks up about 6 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Laurel keeps sticking to the running game. I mean, they haven't really took any shots downfield. We'll see if they could go ahead and take a shot here. And got their touchdown, and they got a little bit of confidence going.
They're definitely shortening the game. We talked about how fast the first quarter went. They're running the ball and making this a short game. 2nd and 4 for Laurel. And a little reverse there by Yolnix Gustin. He's got the first down and takes it out to about the 48-yard line. First down, Laurel.
Yeah, this offense is kind of reminding me of Georgia Tech's offense a little bit. Little motions and running the ball up the middle of the fullback. And they're just basically Laurel's, they're just not giving Woodbridge many chances on offense. And that's what they're going to have to do with a good team like Woodbridge.
1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line for the Bulldogs. 2.5 minutes to play here, and they're taking their time getting the playoff. So they're going to eat up some clock, maybe add one on and go into halftime with a 2-score lead. And Leah Styles breaks through the block and makes a tackle in the backfield, loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, great job by Leah Styles to get off that block and get in the backfield and stop that play for a loss.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, what the Laurel offense is doing, Jordan, you got to figure J.D. Maul's, looking at a game like this, Caravel Coach Reed looking at a game like this, and they've got big linemen too, and they might, they get the state tournament, they might think maybe, hey, we can push Woodbridge around too.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can control the clock, I mean, that's a big advantage, and that's what Laurel's doing here.
And here comes the same play, reverse, and big Shamir Vessels makes the play. That's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and Coach Manlove calls the timeout, and out comes defensive coordinator Jed Bell, and they're going to have about a 3rd and 15 here. That's 2 big plays by the defensive ends.
Yeah, both defensive plays made tackles for loss right there. I mean, you see how important these defensive ends are to Woodbridge's defense, and great play by Shamir by getting off the block and coming up and making the tackle in the backfield.
I mean, that's what you teach defensive ends to do, is get upfield, come straight upfield. Don't try to go in, get upfield, catch that play coming to the outside, and they just happen to catch that off-tackle play on the first one, and then the reverse coming backside. And when you're a Gustin, looks like he's about 160, 150 pounds. You're running into Shamir Vessels.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you got two defensive ends like this, I mean, you got to teach them to first set the edge, and then they see that ball go back inside. They got to fight across that block and make the play.
Minute 28 to go here. Laurel leading 7-0 in the half. They're facing a 3rd and 15. And it's a handoff to the Shields, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. Ireland in on the tackle. Number 9, come on, Massey. So another timeout for Woodbridge, and they're going to get the ball probably with about a minute 10, minute less to go. They're going to have to take some shots.
Yeah, I mean, that was smart by Laurel. Just go ahead with the safe play right there to make Raiders bet another timeout. And we're going to see what Raiders, you got to let Troy loose a little bit and let him throw the ball and see what happens.
Bring up a 4th and 13 for the Bulldogs. And I imagine right now in the Twitterverse, there's shocks going all over the state of Delaware as the number 1 Division II team trails 7-0 with a minute 20 to go here in the first half.
I mean, anytime you control the line of scrimmage like Laurel has, I mean, you can burn that clock, and they got a touchdown earlier, and now they're up, and they just want to burn that clock as much as they can and not give Woodbridge much time left with the clock about to be here.
And this is going to be a great test for Woodbridge. They're going to the state tournament. This is going to test their what type of team they are, what kind of guts they have. They're in a situation they haven't been in 8 games all this year.
Right. I mean, anytime you face adversity, you want to see how you guys react. I mean, playoffs, that's going to happen, and I think this is a good test for them right here to see what kind of players that Coach Manlove has.
On the punt is Chaffinch. Styles almost gets to it, and it's going to roll and be down to around the 27-yard line. And the referees blow it dead. So with a minute 8, Woodbridge takes over at their own 28-yard line. They trail 7-0. Folks, coming up at halftime, we have some of the 1986 Division II state championship teams. We have head coach Mike Norton up here today. He was honored with the team room being named after him. The first ever state title in any sport in Laurel, 1986, 30 years ago. So here we go to Woodbridge Blue Raiders, 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. And they go to the pistol. Quick throw out to Holden. And Brewer was there to make the block. He laid just in and out of the hands of Holden.
Yeah, that was a great block. I mean, if Holden could have got that ball, he would have dropped the field for
well, if Holden gets up there was nobody else over there, so he was the free safety was still in the middle of the field. And with Holden's speed, he's just not going to get over there. So here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Blue Raiders. Pistol formation, double slot. And steps up, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. And there's a flag, probably going to be a face mask. It looked like his head got turned on that. And it came from the side judge. So we got a flag on the play, looking to be a face mask, which will be a first down. And it's not a flag.
Waved off.
Wave it off.
That was a cover sack there, right there, though, by Laurel's defense. I mean, there was nobody open downfield, and Troy had nowhere to go. It was a good sack.
It's showing some Woodbridge starting to show some confusion. They got guys, some want to get in the huddle, some don't want to get in the huddle. The quarterback's getting the play from the sideline. They got a 3rd and 9. Yeah, gets forced out, flushed out of the pocket. Has a man open. It's Holden. Big hit by Perez Nichols. And they're saying he's not down. So he's going to take the ball about the 49. I mean, Woodbridge is going to call off first down. What an athletic play by Antoine Holden.
Yeah, I mean, he came up and he caught the ball and he got it smacked. And he kept his balance and kept going, and he heard no whistle. He played to the whistle and got another 10 yards out of it.
25 seconds to go. Ball at the 49. And we have whistles on the play. Laurel calls a timeout. 20.5 seconds to go here in the first half. Homecoming at Laurel High School. And what a festive event. Kind of came through the fair-like atmosphere as we walked into the stadium today. Sean Larimore, the superintendent here, He knows how to connect the community, and he's done a good job here today. Had a nice ceremony prior to the game. So 20.5 to go. I believe Woodbridge is now out of timeouts. I think that was their final timeout. So they got to start either throwing down the middle and run with it, or look to get out of bounds and run maybe 2-3 plays here.
Yeah, let's see if they try to work the sidelines here and get some of their athletes out there so they can get out of bounds and see if they can at least get 3 points out of it, get field goal range, or see if they can go ahead and throw something downfield and score.
So they come out in the pistol formation, double slot. They're at their own 49-yard line, and another whistle before the play gets off. And it's going to be illegal procedure on the Raiders.
And the receivers look like they're trying to get a little head start right here.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to bring up a 1st and 15, and just getting off this first down play. Holden brings the play in from the sideline. Correction, Haynes, I'm sorry. Haynes brings the play in, the quarterback, the sophomore. Haynes drops back, and there they throw the out to Massey. Bobbles it, catches it. He needs to get out of bounds. He's got the first down, drops the ball. And we talked about him earlier. That kid can make some moves. He can make things happen.
Yeah, this kid's an athlete. If he gets the ball in open space.
7.3 seconds to play in the half.
He can really make some things happen.
And apparently they had one more timeout as Coach Manlove comes on the field. So 7.3, Laurel leads 7-0 here to play in the half. Bulldogs looking to give the Blue Raiders their first loss of the season. Woodbridge, the #1 ranked team in the state. And I tell you, this even if Woodbridge comes back and this ends up a close game, there could be some shake-up in the rankings come Tuesday morning.
Yeah, I mean, Woodbridge is definitely getting tested today, especially up front. The offensive line and defensive line. These guys came out here today and are just doing some smash mouth football.
And the defensive lines, especially that's what we've talked about. That front four has played great all season, and they're just getting pushed back, like you said, smacked in the mouth today.
Yeah, I mean they got to be humbled here and see what they can do and test themselves and look to the next guy and say let's go.
So coming off the timeout, 7.3 seconds to go. First down at the Laurel 35-yard line. Massey goes in motion, gives us trips to the top side. Haynes drops back, lets it go down towards the end zone, and it's going to be Brewer in and out of his hands. And that's going to be the end of the first half, folks. Laurel 7, Woodbridge 0. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with the members of the 1986 state championship team. The Laurel Bulldogs, folks. We'll be right back.
The catering division of Sodell Concepts, where we're doing beautiful, simple foods for you. We can accommodate intimate affairs or larger parties anywhere from 1 to 800. We can go anywhere in a 50-mile radius of our location, be it on the beach, in your home, on a farm, at any venue, including the Indian River Life Saving Station, which you'll see later in our clip. You can choose from a pre-designed, chef-driven menu where we keep only the freshest and most local ingredients in mind, or we can customize a menu to your liking. hope you keep us in mind for your next event.
Solo Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants from Lewis all the way down to Fenwick. We have a catering company, a food truck, a soda company, a film company, and a management and consulting company. We believe in beautiful, simple food. We like to develop the people we work with, and at the same time we have a little bit of a higher mission, and we're trying to make the world a better place. And we have a group of people that every day wake up and they get after it, and they're all focused on one thing, and they're trying to make a great company, and we're trying to make the Culinary Coast a national focus for the United States as a food destination. I think we've done a really good job of that in the past few years. The daily grind of the restaurant can be very difficult. You're dealing with alcohol, food, and people. Those are 3 highly volatile things. So sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a higher calling, a little bit of a higher purpose, that as a group we're trying to get together, stick together, and be about something. And for us, it kind of gets us through the hard seasons and the hard times that we can rely on each other. We have about 150 full-time year-round employees, and then every season we hire, I think this year we hired about 270 people. So we have 270 seasonal people spread out throughout the whole county. And for me, it's great. And some of these people started out as 15-year-old busboys working with us, and now they're lawyers and doctors and business executives throughout the world, and they still come back and they have a relationship with us. So it's been a really nice experience for us that we're so connected to the community, and we can develop people on so many different levels. We want to support the people that we work with. We want all of our employees to have what they need to grow and be professional. We may open 10 more restaurants. We may open 100 more restaurants. But all we know at the end of the day is we want to stick together, and we have a great group of people, and I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of everybody. This was a really trying year, and it's a testament to the team that Matt put together that we flourished after a tragedy. And the stronger and better we can make Southern Delaware, the better our restaurant group's going to be.
And we're all in that shot, right?
5, 2.
And welcome back, folks. 302 Sports. We're at Laurel High School homecoming, where the Laurel Bulldogs are surprising the #1 ranked Woodbridge Blue Raiders. It's 7-0 with Laurel leading. It's just been a defensive type of game and great play at the line of scrimmage.
We have a catering company, a food truck, a soda company, a film company.
And I'm here with some of the Laurel greats, we'll call them. 30 years ago, these guys were on the field, a different field. It was over just actually right across the street. And first with me, I have here Scott Sheridan. Scott, talk a little bit about the excitement of winning that state title back in 1986.
I think we were, right place, right time. We got a coach in Mike Norton that came along and taught us a lot about how to be a team. And so for me, it was, honestly, best experience I ever had in my life. It's what changed all of us, I think, as graduates of Laurel High School.
Now, in 1986, it was just the excitement of being on a state championship. Now, in 2016, talk a little bit about how that state title feels now.
I think it still feels good to me. I still, like today, feel the energy. I wish I was a little younger, but yeah, for me, I'm still as excited today as I was then.
And talk a little bit about what you're doing now. Sean Larimer said, head trainer for the Philadelphia Phillies. Talk a little bit about that career.
Yeah, I got fortunate to leave Laurel and go up into Westchester, get a degree in athletic training, and eventually found the right people, right time to put me in a place to be the athletic trainer for the Phillies. So
and feel free to show the camera the bling. The World Series ring. Don't see a lot of those floating around Laurel. That has to be another proud moment in your life.
That was pretty good. We had a little different parade for that than we did here today in Laurel. Probably a little different beverages were served on that one, but yeah, really another good moment in life for sure.
And we're going to switch on down here. We're going to bring in Danny Alvarez. And Danny Alvarez, a lot of people, when you talk about state championship teams, first word out of their mouth is, who was the quarterback back then? And talk a little bit about what that meant in 1986 when you guys won that first title in school history.
The thing is like these are things that you think about life. You asked him about before then and now. You can buy things, you can make money, you can have cars, house, whatever, but those can all be taken away from you. But a state championship is something that you just can't, no one can ever take that away from you. So you're part of this fraternity that everyone just can't join. And so that to me is priceless, and that's why I was so thankful for getting with a coach like Coach Norton that taught us how to, be accountable to each other and how to win and how to play and how to, struggle and fight and claw and earn something that not everyone can just go and buy.
And you got to introduce Coach Norton when they honored him with the Mike Norton team room, and you talked a lot about that in the pregame. And talk a little bit about now. You're down in Miami, Florida, and talk a little bit about what you're doing now.
I'm living down in South Beach. I have an online advertising company. I've started about 10 years ago, and going strong and trying to just maintain a lot of work-life balance. It's easy to do down there, and I do my best at it, and I'm happy.
Online advertising. I might have to get your business card before we leave here today. We're doing a little online streaming ourselves, and talk a little bit about. We're going to do my first ever "To Be Honest" segment. Okay. When you opened that email, and it was from Laurel Superintendent of Schools, Sean Larimore. Now, you walked the halls with that guy. You played football with that guy. That had to kind of be a little bit of a shock. Talk about that.
I was like, Sean Larimore? Lawnmower? That he's the superintendent of our school. I said, and I asked people. They said, yeah. And so I started calling people around. They said, dude, Sean Larimore turned Delmar around. He's coming to Laurel now. He's turning that around. So I was shocked. But then, I started doing a little diligence and said, Sean Larimore's legit. So props to you, Sean. Thanks for having us back. You had a wonderful ceremony and festivities, and then thanks a lot.
And I have to say, you probably don't get to Laurel a lot, but coming to a Laurel football game, what you saw in the parking lot and today is a whole lot different, and that's his understanding of community.
It's amazing, man. It feels like a college campus. I do, I was telling him I do a lot of work with like the New World Symphony in Miami Beach. The facilities they have here for TV production and music and things, it's like on par with what they have at a facility like that in Miami Beach. And, a lot of that is in part due to all the things that they're doing here and Sean's doing. So, props to him.
Well, so far, this is the only school that I've been to. They have internet in this press box. I don't have to use my MiFi today, so I'm not burning up my data, and we're getting this production out. So thanks a lot, Danny. Good seeing you again. And we're bringing in the man of the hour, Coach Mike Norton. And Coach Norton, you didn't just coach these guys. You kind of cut your teeth in coaching knuckleheads like me at Sussex Central.
Well, that was a long time ago, but yeah, we had a lot of fun at Sussex Central, and of course, great time here at Laurel.
And you came over to Laurel in 1984, I believe it was. And I think when we talk about the state title, I think that my opinion was the key to all that turning around was a big upset win at Sussex Central, I believe, in 1984 or 85.
84, yeah, we went there and we weren't playing well, and right before half, they had a big fullback, Timmy Lawrence. I'll never forget that. And he must have had 200 yards the first half. And right before half, unfortunately for him, he got hurt. And they weren't the same team without him, and we were able to upset him. If he had played, they might have needed 3 digits on the scoreboard. He was that good.
But a game like that, a turnaround like that, no matter how it happens, tells guys like these two over here, we have something special going here, and you turn right into 1985, and you guys go to the state finals in just your second season at Laurel.
Well, a lot of it's belief. I feel like all our teams, we didn't have the biggest kids, and they just worked hard and they believed, and just their work ethic was tremendous, and they had a deep caring for each other. I mean, you saw that today. They were patting each other on the back, and it was like a family reunion. And, it was just nice to see that.
And coming into today, 1986, and you've always been a low-key guy. Anybody ever watch you on the sidelines, you don't show a lot of excitement. You didn't today, of course. Still the same Mike Norton. You take things in stride. But it has to be a special feeling when 30 years later people were talking about the coach of the first ever state championship team in Laurel. That's got to kind of bring a special ring to you.
Well, Laurel has always been a football town. I mean, going back to Coach Schollenberger, who was obviously legendary. They just didn't have state championships back then. I mean, if they did, he'd probably run a boat full. But, we had the opportunity, and the kids, of course, had to play, and they played hard and played well, and we were fortunate enough to win it.
I want to thank Danny Alvarez, Scott Sheridan, Mike Norton for coming up here today, and Sean Larimore for what he's put on here. And Trey, if you can click up that team picture again from 1986. You guys even had some style in your team picture. I mean, Look at that. Got guys sitting in the front row, all kicked back, chilling, and that was the Laurel football 1986 state champs. And I told you before the game, we were talking downstairs, Mike, I guess you got to come back to homecoming next year because you guys won back-to-back.
We were fortunate. I don't know. It was kind of funny how we got in the next year because we weren't supposed to, but the team got beat, kind of upset, and somehow we snuck in and were fortunate enough to win it.
And we'll talk a little bit about where you are today. 1990, 91, you left to go to Indian River, and you were head coach there for a few years. And you didn't just step down. I mean, you didn't just retire and walk away. You stayed on and helped mentor some new head coaches, and you're there with a young head coach now, Phil Townsend. You're still the defensive coordinator at Indian River. And, what's this, like a 40-year coaching career now?
Well, I started in 73. I took a few years off when my kids were younger, and it's been fun. It's been an interesting time, and kids haven't changed over the years. They still want to compete. So
Thanks a lot, guys, for coming up. Thanks for coming back to Laurel. Welcome back. It's homecoming, and safe trip in your ways back home. Glad you can make it and make a homecoming a little bit special. So, folks, we'll be back for the second half. Laurel 7, Woodbridge 0. Southern Division football here. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Shannon Colburn, General Manager of Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Bethany Beach.
And I'm Douglas Ruley, Vice President and Chef of Sodell Concepts.
Located on Coastal Highway just north of downtown Bethany Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar is a landmark restaurant overlooking the beautiful Slot Pond. Some house specialties include fried baby lobster tails, baked oysters, seafood stew, lobster cavatappi, and of course, daily selections of fresh fish and raw oysters.
That's Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Bethany Beach.
Come check us out. Hi, I'm Shannon Colburn, General Manager.
You've been waiting for. This year's 2016 homecoming queen is Miss Diana Hanson. Crowned by the captains of the football team, Laurel, Tyler Chapin, Antonio Johnson, and Keon Parker. Congratulations to all our girls. And now, the winners of the float contest are, third place, the juniors. Second place,
And welcome back to Laurel, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell, and nice to have those old guys up here. Danny Alvarez, Scott Sheridan, Mike Norton. Mike Norton was my coach at Sussex Central High School in the 80s, 79, 80, and 81, and was fortunate enough to get to go along with him a little bit and for those glory years in Laurel. But, Trey, we were talking, I noticed you seem to be more excited about the breakfast this morning, what went on, and I guess, it's a chance for you to, like, live go back and see things that your father did, was involved in. Talk about that a little bit.
It was pretty cool to see, these people I've never met before that you talk about. Saw some of the breakfast. They got to meet the team now. Team now got to meet the team 86. So it was just pretty neat seeing that little piece of history in Laurel here. It's a pretty cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm just used to seeing those guys, and we're seeing them again. But for you, it was a chance to look into your father's past. So it was kind of a neat thing for me, neat thing for you. And talk a little bit about this with Sean Larimore. We walked into the atmosphere here at Laurel today, and I'm not so sure that this atmosphere isn't leading to what's happening right now in this game.
No, he sets the tone, man. This is fun to be at. I have no real estate in Laurel, but I wish I did. This is awesome, man. These fans are having a good time. Football team is playing great. The team 86 is enjoying it, and it's just a great atmosphere.
And this team plays a lot like that. Coach Mike Norton said that the 85 state finalists, 86 state champs, 87 state champs, they weren't probably the best team in the state. They probably didn't have the best athletes, but he said he made them believe. It was once he got them to believe, it made it easy, and that's kind of what we're seeing here today. I think after his first couple series, Laurel started thinking, we can win this game.
You said it right. They believe. They're playing. Their offensive lines believing. Their defenses believing. Their whole team's believing. That's why they're up 7-0 right now.
So, folks, we'll be right back with the second half. We got about 2 minutes left here in halftime when two teams come back on the field. We'll be coming back. Laurel 7, Woodbridge 0. We may have an upset alert down here in Laurel, Delaware. We'll be right back, folks.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Check us out for your wedding or next event.
At Plate Catering, it's our mission to make your dream wedding a reality, expertly taking care of all the food and service details so you don't have to. Our professional team will work with you to create a one-of-a-kind event, whether it be on the beach, farm to table, or at your home. Whatever the venue or occasion, Plate Catering is here to help you make it the best it can be.
Plate Catering from Soto Concepts. Check us out.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family signed up. So my wife, my children, my young son comes in. My son's only 10.
They have the kids classes, they have the fitness class if you're just looking primarily to get in shape. Obviously the jiu-jitsu class is what I come here for.
Every time I walk through that door, I'm unbelievably happy, that I'm here. I mean, just a reminder of all the energy and effort that I've put in.
Even if you just watch a class first, you won't know until you try.
Welcome back to Laurel High School, folks. Schallenberger State Field, and we're winding down halftime as Laurel comes back out on the field. Woodbridge has made their way back out, and we got a little bit of a shocker down here. Laurel up 7-0. Woodbridge, the #1 team in the state in Division II, and they're going to be tested. Their adversity is going to be tested today, as they just offensively have not been able to get it going. Next week, folks, we'll be back at Woodbridge, as it could truly put, depending on this outcome, the Henlopen title on the line. If this holds, Jordan, next week could be for real for Woodbridge. We're talking about it being for the South title. It could very well be big time for the South title.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they got a big opportunity right here to win the whole thing, and they gotta come out here and be humble, and they just kind of gotta get refocused and remember who they are, and get this win today.
Yeah, we had Danny Alvarez, the quarterback of the A6 team. Scott Sheridan was defensive back on that team, and Mike Norton, the coach. And when we were talking to Mike Norton, he made the statement that back then, 85, 86, 87, that they probably weren't the best team. They didn't have the best athletes, but making them believe was the biggest part of the battle. And right now, Laurel's got to be believing they can win this game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they shut the best team out in the state the whole first half, and they got a lot of confidence right now. Their offensive line's coming out, shooting off the ball, and pushing Woodbridge defensive line back and just chipping away and running that clock out with a 7-0 nothing lead right now.
And Trey and I were talking a little bit about the atmosphere that Sean Larimer's brought here. And this is almost like small college football the way we walked in today. They had inflatables, they had vendors out there, they had all kinds of things going on. And it just has to make you excited when you walk through that as the Laurel team and see all that going on.
Oh yeah, you see all these people here to watch you play a football game, and especially with homecoming, and just see everything going on, and it's a great atmosphere, and definitely has the guys excited, and you can see it today on the field.
So Woodbridge gets the ball first. For Woodbridge to keep this rolling and win this game, I think they got to come out and make another statement here to start the third quarter. And for Woodbridge, they got to make a statement, and they got to get an early stop and a score.
Yeah, I mean, this defensive line, they got to step up. This is supposed to be the backbone of their defense, and I'm sure Coach Manlove had a lot to say at halftime, made some adjustments, but this comes down to who wants it more right here, and Laurel's definitely wanted it more so far today.
So Woodbridge will be moving left to right for the start of the third quarter, and Laurel moving right to left, and that's the direction that Laurel was moving when they scored last. So here we go, ready to start second half action. And like I said, Twitterverse is probably out there telling you, upset alert. Laurel leads Woodbridge 7-0, but we have a whole half of football to go, folks. So here we are, Woodbridge kicking off. That'll be number 80 coming out to do the kicking, Chris Alberry. And back deep for the Bulldogs, it's their Mr. Everything, Perez Nichols. So here we go, folks. The ball's teed up. We're on 302sports.com, live from Laurel, Delaware. Beautiful 58-degree Saturday afternoon in early November. And there's our whistle to start, and off we go with the second half. Low kick down the middle of the field, picked up by number 6, Kayvon Williams, and he breaks it out across the 50. And he's going to be stopped on the Laurel side of the field. So he takes a short kick and makes Laurel pay for it on the return. And now it's Laurel's great field position to start the second half.
Yeah, it's good for Laurel offense. Good field position. And let's see what they try to do here. They're going to try to continue to still run the ball and burn this time out with this 7-0 lead.
So Woodbridge here, they need to make a statement. They trail. And here they comes the Laurel Bulldogs out in the pistol formation. Perez Nichols at quarterback. And Nichols takes a snap. He hands off to the Shields, and there's a blitz by number 15, KJ Mosley. Maybe a yard on the play. And we were saying that in the second quarter. That might be a little bit what Woodbridge has to show.
Yeah, I mean, they sent KJ on that blitz right there, and he came free, and he made a stop in the backfield. Big hit. Also there to clean up.
So gain of 1 a second and 9. Kind of coach was pleasant for these Woodbridge players.
Yeah, I'm not sure at all.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Another handoff to the Shields. He's hit by keeper by Perez, and he's going to pick up about 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. And even had us fooled. He just, as they were tackling the Shields, he just followed him as a blocker.
I mean, yeah, you see they're trying to get Perez the ball any way they can. Punt return, and he plays quarterback. He's running the ball. Quarterback sneaks. He's their best athlete, so they're going to try to get him the ball any way they can.
3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. They're at the Woodbridge 42-yard line. They lead 7-0. And that's going to be close to the first down, maybe about a yard, maybe 2 short.
Yeah, we see Laurel, they're coming out here with this running attack still. I mean, there's no need to go ahead and put your quarterback in a situation where he throws an interception or a turnover. Just going to keep the ball and try to get this first down here.
About 2 yards short. And they're going to keep the offense on the field. They're bringing in some beef to block. Number 35, Amari Cannon, comes in, and Laurel has to burn an early timeout. And it's 7-0 with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. This is a timeout you don't want to take in a close game.
Yeah, I mean, 7-0, anything can still happen. And you want to always keep them timeouts for the fourth quarter in case you need to use one late.
Yeah, we saw that in the Woodbridge had to burn it. They needed that timeout late when Massey didn't get out of bounds and got the ball in decent position. They had to burn. They had that timeout saved. So that's how important they are. Laurel burns one here, burns one early on a fourth and looks like a long two, maybe a 3-yard fourth down.
Yeah, and I saw Perez come off the field here. I don't know if looks like he's going to punt it here.
Chaffin's has come on the field now, so it looks like there might have been some confusion whether the punt team was going on or not. So here we go, the punt team's on. I think with a 7-0 lead, you got to put them deep because Woodbridge hasn't showed they can move the ball yet.
Yeah, I mean, the way Laurel's defense has been playing, I mean, you want to trust your defense with a 7-0 lead.
Good snap. And look, Shamir almost gets his hand on it. That ball's going to roll inside the 10, so Woodbridge is going to take over at their own, looks like 12-yard line. And like we said, okay, their defense came out. They got the stop. Now the offense has to come out and make a statement and score.
Yeah, Woodbridge's defense, good job by them by getting that stop and making Laurel punt the ball. Now let's see what kind of energy Woodbridge comes out with and see if they can get the ball down the field and score.
1st and 10 at their own. Looks like they've marked it out to the 13-yard line. And I just keep looking at this. This is a beautiful grass field. I mean, it just looks like a nice surface to play on. So here we go, 1st and 10, Woodbridge Blue Raiders, and they're staying in that double tight formation and pushing forward. It looks like Kane on the play was number 8, Jamon Kane. Maybe a gain of 1, waiting for the yard marker to stop moving. Gain of 2, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. And maybe we talked about it in the first half. Maybe it's time to spread that Laurel defense out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think Laurel's defense, their strong point is their defensive line, and you obviously see it today. And they haven't got much running the ball.
And that's a handoff to Tariq Riddick, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Spins maybe a yard, not a whole lot. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. And they've been ineffective with the passing game. 3rd and 7 is not how they want to start out the second half.
No, I mean, you can see that Laurel has this run game snuffed out. And Woodbridge, they're going to have to do something different, whether it's maybe more athletes in space.
Here we go, and then they spread it out. You got Styles out, or Brewer, out on the left side. Motion coming to the near side, and it's going to be a toss to Riddick, and nowhere to go. 4 or 5 Laurel defenders right there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, and Leah Styles on the punt. Laurel defense has just stopped the run game of Woodbridge.
Yeah, Laurel's defense is playing spectacular against the run. I mean, and Troy, he's young, and Aston, he knows that, so he's probably loading the box right now, knowing that Woodbridge trying to run the ball with their good running backs.
On comes Leah Styles to punt, and Perez Nichols will be standing about inside the 50, and he has showed that he can make plays. He's an athletic ball player, and he's going to take it about the 43-yard line, cuts back inside, makes a miss, and he's down around the 31, 32-yard line, where this is where they took over last time and scored. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Woodbridge 33-yard line.
I mean, you got to really give this kid Perez credit. I mean, he's your quarterback, and he's running punt returns back and getting hit. I mean, your coach must have really believed that he's a tough kid to be able to do that.
Laurel leads 7-0. 7:57 to play here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be a speed sweep. And that's Gustin. He maybe picks up 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for Laurel.
Great stop by 6'6" Shamir. He set that edge, and he saw the running back cut up, and he fall across the blocker's face and made a great play by making the tackle.
2nd down for Laurel. Nichols brings the play in from the sideline. Again, pistol formation. Number 6 out wide to the right, Kayvon Williams. And it's going to be a handoff to the Shields. He's met at the line of scrimmage. That was number 44, Brock Keeler. Number 9, Kayvon Massey. So if those two guys are making the hit the line of scrimmage, that tells me they're bringing the heat with the linebackers.
Yeah, great blitz by Keeler. I mean, he fought that block and he made a stop right in the backfield. And good momentum for Woodbridge's defense right now. They got some 2 stops.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Pistol formation. And it's going to be handoff to number 4, Gustin. And he's going to be taken out of bounds short of the first down. Tackle made by number 12, TJ Kane.
Yeah, a little speed motion sweep right there and trying to get the athlete out there on the corner. And good pickup of a couple yards.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and call it 4. And I'm sure this is 4-down territory for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I would say you would have to go for it here. I probably really wouldn't give you much field position. But yeah, I think Laurel's going to go ahead and go for it and try to close Woodbridge out.
4th and 4 for the Bulldogs. They're at the Woodbridge 26-yard line. And it's all wrapped up in the backfield, Lie Styles. And it looked like there may have been some confusion on the handoff there, Jordan.
Yeah, Perez, he did a little fake, it looked like a little fake boot. And Lie, he stayed home and made a great play by not falling for that fake handoff.
And he just blew right through the guard. I saw Perez get up and smack his guard on the helmet and say, hey, just get him next time, big guy.
Yeah, I mean, Leo, he's hard to stop every play of the game, and he's an athlete, so he's going to make some guys miss, and he's going to make some plays.
So since the score, the 2 defensive ends have changed things a little bit here for Woodbridge and are keeping this game close.
Yeah, I think they know they had to step up to make a difference.
Haynes back to pass, and he's got Riddick out on the out, and Riddick's going to make some moves here, and he's got across midfield. And I tell you, you talked about getting these athletes in space, and they're athletes when they get out there.
Yeah, good job by Manlove by go ahead and first down, and go ahead and get Troy a little quick pass to get his confidence up and get some of these athletes in space, and good pickup by Riddick.
Well, I said there in that second quarter, they may want to stop looking for the deep ball and start looking for that out and some bubble screens. So here we go, 1st and 10, and they're in Laurel territory. And there's the quick toss to Riddick. He's got some blockers. He turns it up at maybe a yard on the play, not much more. Just a great job of number 28, Rashid DeShields, and number 3, A.J. Strong, stretched him all the way to the sideline.
Yeah, good way about stringing that play out. That toss, them tosses are, you got to be pretty patient on them because you can't just run out there, that running back cut up and slash you for a big gain.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up a 2nd and 9. Wing T formation, slot to the top. Hand off to Kane, off to the left side. And he's looking to get the corner. He's got the corner, takes it out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. He's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for Woodbridge.
Yeah, good run by Kane by getting outside. This kid, he's a load and he's athletic. He got some wheels on him. He's a pretty big-sized kid.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for Woodbridge. So maybe possibly see Kane up the middle here with just a quick dive play. Third and 1, and that's what it is, dive play, but Law blows it up, and they make a stop, loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, great job by Law's defense once again. I mean, their defensive line is to stop plugging the middle up, and there ain't much running room up there.
Call that a loss of 2, and I've noticed that Woodbridge has made a change on the offensive line. Number 53, Zane Downing, 266 pounds, now in playing right guard. They had a smaller guard in there earlier. So maybe realizing that Laurel's line is just too big. And it's going to be a handoff to Kane off the left side. He's going to be short of the first down. And it's going to be Laurel's ball. First down for Laurel at their own 39-yard line. So big stop by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, great stop by Laurel's defense. I mean, these guys are coming out here playing spectacular today, and the offense isn't giving them much, but they scored 1 touchdown, and their defense is stepping up.
4:16 to go here in the third quarter. Laurel leads 7-0, and so far in the first two series, the Woodbridge defense has done what they need to do. The offense is just going to step up and find a way to score. And I think the short passing attack, Laurel's got to earn another timeout coming off a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Laurel doesn't need these timeouts in fourth quarter, but.
And Coach Eston Ennis, he's upset. I mean, these guys have got to get on the field. You got to know it was a fourth down. Granted, it was a lost fumble, but you're getting the ball no matter what. You got to be paying attention and getting on the field. Somebody didn't get on the field, and they had to burn their second time out here midway through the third quarter.
Yeah, I know. These guys are excited, and they got a lead right here, but you got to stay focused and disciplined and do what you need to do to close this game out.
And this kind of gives Jed Bell a free timeout to come out there and talk to his kids and get them motivated for this next drive.
Yeah, it gives the defense a little, breather and kind of get them refocused and pumped up to get another stop out here.
So we'll see if Jed Bell steps up with that linebacker pressure here. They were showing on the last couple series.
I mean, I almost think you need to go ahead and start blitzing your linebackers more, because every time they've blitzed the linebackers, it's been successful. So why not keep doing it when you know these guys are trying to run the ball and milk this clock?
And there it goes. There's a flag on the play. That's number 74, Brian Ireland, on the tackle. He meets him right at the line of scrimmage. That's a big body he ran into. That was for Yolnex Gustin on the carry. No gain on the play. Maybe a yard, depending on where they spot it. Yeah, I think if this is a penalty on Laurel, I think Woodbridge, you got to take it. You got to push them back and make them, especially if they're going to go to the running game.
Yeah, I mean, they've been running the ball pretty good all game, and you don't want to give them yards. You want to take them back yards and make them earn it.
And we have our second penalty waved off in the game, so we pick the flag up, put it back in our pocket. 2nd and 9 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Second and 9 in the pistol is Perez Nichols. 2 wings. 1 wing comes in motion, and it's a speed sweep. And blows it up. Shamir Vessels, number 10 on the carry. Zion St. John. And Vessels, I think we said he was the impact player. This is what we said he had to do. He had to get in there and create havoc.
Yeah, I mean, good way of him. The guy set the edge, and the corner set the edge, and Shamir, he cut back, and he was right there to make that play for a tackle for loss. And he's a kind of play Shamir is going to have to make to impact this team and get this win today.
I can tell you right now, no matter what the outcome of this game is, there's going to be some tournament teams looking at this film, especially that first half. And how.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
3rd and 12 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Loss of 3 on the play. And they're staying in that tight formation. Coach Eston Ennis trusting his defense. And that's going to be a handoff to number 1. And that's Deion Parker. And number 17, Leah Stiles, stops him. About a 3-yard loss, and the Woodbridge defense starting to pick it up. And I saw Holden beating his chest as he went back for this punt return.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great stop by Leah. I mean, 2 defensive ends make 2 defensive plays in a row, and yeah, I'm sure Antoine's pretty hyped right now.
He's back there clapping. He's ready to play. So Chafinch in the punt. Good snap. He gets it off. Floater down the right side. And it's going to land right about midfield. Mark it dead at the 48, where Woodbridge is going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 48, and it's time for this offense to step up. I mean, they're going to start throwing some outs and some screens and something. They're going to not abandon the running game, but they have to start mixing it up.
I mean, yeah, I think you need to come out here and pass the ball a little bit and open things up a little bit, and they can go back to a run game. But, yeah, they're going to have to pass the ball and start getting the ball downfield.
1st and 10 for the Blue Raiders. They're approaching midfield. They trail 7-0. Jamon Kane's got some running room, picks up about 6 on the play. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, good way to start first down by getting that good run right there for about 7-6 yards.
Yeah, make that 7 on the play. That brings up a 2nd and 3 for Woodbridge. Slot to the bottom of the screen. Wing T formation. It's going to be a handoff to Riddick. Off the left side. It's just blown up. Number 35, Amari Cannon. They have just not been able to move on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I mean, these defensive linemen have been playing a spectacular game. I mean, that was a great play by number 35 by coming in there and stopping that on that counter.
That brings up a 3rd and 8. And he just stopped. Riddick barely got a step with the ball before Amari Cannon was in there stopping the play. So it brings up 3rd and 8 for the Blue Raiders. And he hits Brewer out there, and right away Perez Nichols makes the hit and a whistle. And that's going to stop the play. That's going to bring up a 4th and 4 for the Blue Raiders. That's kind of a quick whistle. As he's wrapping him up, Brewer's spinning, the referee blows the whistle.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play by Perez. We talked about this kid before. He's playing defense. He's a quarterback. He's returning punts. He might be the next Booby Miles.
So here we go. 4th and 4 for the Blue Raiders. They're going for it. 38 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. And little flare out overthrows Riddick, and Laurel's going to take over on downs at their own 44-yard line. So,
I mean, yeah, good stop by Laurel's defense by sending pressure and making Troy get rid of the ball fast. Try to get Riddick out there in the flat, but come up a little short.
He had some running room if they could hook up. Barclays Heating and Air, folks, one of our new sponsors out of Smyrna, Delaware. Delaware Combat Sports, they've been with us all season. Dream Cars Unlimited, right here in western Sussex County. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Laurel. And he's hit in the backfield. That's number 7. Blaze Rayford. His helmet comes off, so he'll have to go off the field for a play.
Yeah, Laurel's just trying to continue to run the ball up the middle and keep this lead here in the 3rd quarter and see if they can go ahead and close this one out.
And they're going to let time run out here on the 3rd quarter. So we're going to take this game into the 4th quarter. When we come back, it's Laurel 7, Woodbridge 0. Folks, we'll be back with the 4th quarter.
We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in Southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Soda, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place.
Man, I love the
See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in Southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Soda, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts.
Welcome back to Schellenberger Stadium, folks, and we have a upset alert here. The Laurel Bulldogs going into the 4th quarter. They lead 7-0 over the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, and Laurel's got the ball. So 2nd and 9 for Laurel, and they're at their own 45-yard line. Still tight formation. That's a handoff to the Shields, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. It looks like Coach Ennis is just content with just running the clock out.
Yeah, I mean, you got a 7-0 lead, and your defense is playing the way they are. I mean, you can do that. You can run the ball. You can just run that clock out, chew time up.
Well, I'm looking at their splits, and they're foot to foot down there. They're not giving any room up maybe to stop that blitz and stop that front four.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going man on man, old-fashioned football.
So that's gain of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. We're at the start of the 4th quarter. Laurel leads 7-0. Perez takes the snap, and some running room for the Shields. He gets it out to about the 50-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th and 4. And we'll see if, and they do send on the punt team.
See a little talking down there going on.
So here we go. Chaffin's on the punt. Back to receive the punt. He hasn't had one in his hands yet today. Is Antoine Holden. He stands by his own 25-yard line.
And yeah, Laurel's been smart not putting number 3 the ball, because this kid gets the ball in his hands, he can make something happen.
Good snap. And gets off a low kick, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 31-yard line. You know, I don't think that ball was meant to go out of bounds that fast, but maybe Woodbridge might want to think about putting 2 guys back on the next punt just to get a chance to return it.
I mean, yeah, this punter has been kicking it out of bounds or close to the sidelines, and they haven't kicked the ball to Antoine yet. And yeah, maybe Woodbridge needs to adjust their special teams and put 2 back there.
Right. 10:24 to go here in the 4th quarter. Laurel leads 7-0. They're going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. And I'm not going to say panic needs to set in, but maybe a sense of urgency needs to set in here to Woodbridge.
Yeah, I think you need to come out here and throw the ball on 1st down and start to open things up and loosen it up.
And it's a handoff to Riddick, looking for some running room up the middle. Hit spins. He's got the 1st down. So Woodbridge finding some success in the middle of the field. Got a couple face masks hooked up over here on the near side. And they get him loose. 1st and 10 for Woodbridge at their own 42-yard line. I formation slot to the top. And it's going to be a little scissors play with Riddick. Cuts back to the middle. And he's going to pick up 4, maybe 5 on the play. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders.
Yeah, good start of the drive by go ahead and getting the 1st down first in the 1st run, and then another 5 yards on the 2nd.
So they only give him 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for Woodbridge. And it's Jordan are just sticking to that running game. They're going to, I guess they're going to live and die by it here.
Yeah, I think they need to.
I formation, hand off to Riddick. Touched in the backfield, hit spins, moves up, gain of about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, they're sticking to this running game here, but eventually they're going to have to pass and getting some space to athletes. I know I keep saying that, but that's what they need to do.
It's going to be about 3rd and 4 here. 9:03 to play and counting here in the 4th quarter. And it's going to be a handoff to Javon Kane, and he's wrapped up. He's close to the 1st down. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short. Tries to make a high tackle. He's able to run through it, but he still comes up a yard short. Gain of 3 on the play. Brings up a 4th and 1. And they've been stymied on 4th down several times in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is 4th down territory right here. I mean, you run the ball on 3rd down, so you're pretty much saying you're going for a 4th down.
It's going to be a long one, too. It's going to be about 4th and a yard and a half for Woodbridge.
This is a big play right here for both teams right here.
And it's going to be Kane off the left side. And he's inside the 40, out of bounds at the 35. And the ref was reaching for the flag, but Nichols holds him up and doesn't want to give him a little back play there, Trey. It looked like.
Pop the hips.
Got to pop the hips. So 1st down for Woodbridge. Something positive finally going.
Yeah, good pickup by number 8, Kane. Little run to the off to the tackle, and he picks up the 1st down. That's a big play. That's a big momentum-changing play.
8:03 to go here in the game. Woodbridge on a drive. They trail 7-0. And it's going to be a handoff to it's Massey. He's hit the backfield, knocked back. Loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, great hit by the Shields. I mean, the running back had the ball, and he was right there to meet him. Good play in the backfield.
Loss of 5 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 15 for Woodbridge. And with the running game, that's not what you want to be in. Blue Raiders break the huddle. I formation. And it's going to be a toss to Holden. Holden's got some running room down the left side. Has some blocks. He goes out of bounds at about the original line of scrimmage. Going to give him +2. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and I almost think they have to pass right here. I mean, I know it's for their territory and the time's running down, but it's about time to start passing the ball a little bit here.
So Kane checks out, and that looks like that last play. Maybe the best way we got holding the ball is on the toss there. He's one of their primetime players. He's a senior. He was their player of the week last week. And Holden drops back, looking over the middle. He's got a man open. It's Brewer, and Brewer now broken up by number 3, A.J. Strong. That's going to bring up a 4th and 8. Brewer had it in his hands and just couldn't keep it coming down.
Yeah, great strip by number 3. I mean, Brewer had it in his hands, and he just kept fighting, and he ripped it out of his hands and made a great play right there on the 3rd down.
I know Haynes is a young quarterback, and it's kind of like almost like he doesn't trust himself to make that throw early. He's got to see that guy's going to break open, and instead it's he's throwing that ball late and giving the defense time to recover.
I mean, yeah, he's still a young quarterback, and he got to get some experience and anticipation, and yeah, I mean, he'll grow over time with that.
Double slot, pistol formation for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, and they're bringing the pressure. He steps up. He's got some running room. He's going to tuck and run. Big block there by number 3, Holden. He's got close to the first down. And he's got the first down. That was a huge block by Antoine Holden. He's doing everything for the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, way to sacrifice your body, make that block. And Troy, great way not to just throw it downfield and force anything, and stepped up and made a play. Got a first down. Great job by Troy.
Troy Haynes, he got the pick today. He's got the couple incompletions downfield and a couple drops, but he does it with his feet that time, and they go right back to that spread formation. Pistol with a spread, and it's going to be a handoff to Riddick, and he escapes the tackler, cuts back inside, and taken down by the Shields, and there's going to be a flag on the play. That looks like back in the holding or block in the back area. And it's going to be a hold against Woodbridge.
I mean, yeah, you got to be disciplined not to hold on them kind of plays. After you get a big first down like that, your momentum's going. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and take your team backwards.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 20 for the Blue Raiders. They just, mistakes are just costing them in this game. While Laurel's 1 touchdown's holding up so far. Haynes takes the snap. He's looking down the sideline. He's got Massey, and it's intercepted at the goal line. And they're going to say inside the 1.
Yeah, great play by number 1, but let's keep running. And
Deion Parker, one of our impact players.
Keep running and play the ball and go up to this highest point and make that interception for your team. And that's definitely a game-changing play right there.
7-0 Laurel leads, 6:19 to go in the game. They're going to have the ball just inside the 1, so they got to get some breathing room first.
See if Coach Bell sends some pressure here with the linebackers and blitz.
Pick up a safety maybe, yeah. First and 10 for Laurel inside their 1-yard line. And it's a handoff up the middle to the Shields, and he gets it out to about the 3-4 yard line. That's going to bring up a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 from about the 3.
Yeah, Laurel, they got to get some breathing room right here. I mean, you don't want to get a safety or throw a pass and get an interception in this area or turn the ball over. So they got to go and get some breathing room right here and maybe get a first down.
2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. And right back heel to heel on those splits, so they're committed to the run game here for the rest of the way. And here comes the linebacker pressure. And they got him in the backfield. Inside the 1, no safety. They're marking it inside the 1. But that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 inside your 1. You just got to get out and get some punt room now, Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, you got to run the ball here and just go ahead and get some room. You don't want to give up 2 points before the quarter is about to end and the ball back. So this is crucial right here.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the game. Laurel playing to a 7-0 lead. You know, and you've not thrown the ball much today, so do you want to attempt a pass down in this area of the field? And it doesn't look like it as they bring in the double tight ends, double wing. 3rd and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs. And handoff, and he's going to be hit in the end zone. That's a safety. Safety for Woodbridge, and that could be huge, and now it's starting to get chippy. And number 17, Lady Styles, telling his guys to walk away. It's a big play, big stand there by Woodbridge. It's a goal line stand just on the opposite end of the field.
Yeah, great play by Antoine. I mean, he came up from his corner position and hit the guy in the legs and got that safety there for his team. I mean, Antoine, he is sacrificing it all today.
So 7-2, and Woodbridge gets the ball. On the free kick. 4:30 to play in this game. So, you know, Laura, we don't see a lot of these, Jordan, in high school football. This situation, 7-2, you're giving up the ball. You know, you've got to be very careful because you're going to be giving Woodbridge the ball in great field position, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, defense has been playing spectacular on both sides. I mean, they've been running the ball down Woodbridge's up the middle a lot, and the offensive line and defensive line for Laurel have been playing good. So it's been a defensive game.
So free kick from the 20. And they're going to kick it from a tee. Seven to 2. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in this game. On the kick, number 49, Wilder Perez. And he kicks it high. And it's going to be taken by Shamir Vessels. And he's wrapped up right by where he caught it. Nice tackle by, what's that, number 10? Zion St. John. But that's going to give Woodbridge the ball at the 47-yard line of Laurel. So Woodbridge's offense is going to have to come alive right now.
Yeah, I mean, they got to pass the ball. They have to pass the ball. The running game, I mean, they have a couple good runs, but it's time to open it up and trust Troy. I know he just threw that interception, but you got to put faith in your young quarterback and let him go out there and make plays.
Seven to 2, Laurel leads. Woodbridge with the ball at the Laurel 47-yard line. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in this game. And it's going to be a toss to Riddick to the right. He cuts it up. He's got some running room. That's a high tackle. No flag on the play. Look like up around the helmet, but he's going to get a pickup of about 7 or 8 on the play. Bring up a second and manageable here. And that time Riddick exploded. He didn't dance. He took off with the ball as soon as he got it.
Yeah, Riddick, he's a fast player. I mean, he has good vision. He's a slashy kind of player, and he just slashed up the field for about 7 yards.
2nd and 4. Kane gets the ball. Might get a yard as Island helps and pushes him forward. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. Yeah. Under 4 minutes to play.
Now, I think Woodbridge is in two down territory here for sure. With only 3:30 left, they got to make something happen here soon.
3rd and 3, wing T formation, and quarterback keeper on a little bootleg, and he's going to be. They're going to call him inbounds. Now they're stopping the clock. First down.
Here. Great shot.
Originally, the referee was winding the clock, and then he called it out of bounds. It's a first down for Woodbridge at the 35-yard line. 3:17 to go. Great Saturday afternoon of football here at Jordan Westcott. We've got a good one.
Yeah, let's see what Woodbridge is ready to do here.
And it's going to be a handoff to Riddick. He's got some running room up the middle. He's hit by Amari Cannon. A gain of about 4 on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 6. And it looks like they want to end this drive with the final score of the game as they're keeping the ball on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think you must down here.
2nd and 7 for the Blue Raiders. And Haynes back to pass. He's got Brewer wide open down the field. He's got it. Touchdown. 36-yard touchdown pass. 29-34. Touchdown pass to Michael Brewer. Wow. We've been questioning the sophomore all game, and he just told us, shut up. I can throw this ball. And you know what he did that time, Jordan? He didn't hesitate. When he saw Brewer break, he threw the ball that time.
Yeah, I mean, great throw by Troy. I mean, it's a tight spiral. And, you know, good way by the coaching staff to have faith in Troy to go ahead and keep throwing the ball. And I'm sure Laurel probably wasn't expecting to pass that fast, but they came up with a big one there.
So 9-7, they're going to play for the 2 and keep the field goal out of the mix. And he's got Massey open. He's got it, and the 2-point conversion is good. That makes it 10-7. And wow, Henlopen South football. And we got a great one, folks. We're going to take our last time out, and we'll be right back. And we're back as Woodbridge kicks off. And nice return there by number 20, Isaiah Foscu. We haven't called that name all game. 10-7. And we're here. We're talking about player of the game, and this game's not done yet, it doesn't look like.
Nah, that was a big change of events right there. That interception was almost a blessing in disguise.
Right. 2:32 left to play. So now Laurel's going to have to open up their playbook.
Yeah, the pressure's on Laurel's offense now to score and get down the field and see if they go ahead and start passing the ball a little bit or stick to the outside running game.
10-7, Woodbridge leads. They run the ball off the right side. Gain of maybe 1 on the play. Jordy, look across. The dead have come to life in the Woodbridge bleachers. They are up and on their feet, and they've been sitting on their hands all game.
Yeah, I mean, Woodbridge came alive at the right time, 4th quarter, and they waited long enough, but I think they're alive now.
2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. Nichols takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back, got a man open short, and it's Dustin, but in and out off the fingertips, and a little bit of a mistaken coverage there by Holden, the guy we talked about this game.
Yeah, his eyes were too much in the backfield right there. I kind of watched him that whole play, and he came up, and it was too late. The receiver was already in his route, and he beat him a little bit.
If you look at him, he's telling the coaches, calm down, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, I'm sure he understands the situation.
3rd and 8 for the Laurel Bulldogs. They're at their own 47-yard line. Nichols rolling out. Big sack by Vessels. And, you know, it happened late, but this is exactly what we said that they need to do today.
Yeah, Shamir, that was a great play by him. I mean, he has been kind of quiet all game, and over there at halftime, I seen him, and I told him, I said, you need to get a little energy. You got to lead this team, and that kind of play right there, that's infectious to your team and brings energy to your whole defense.
Minute 44 to go. 4th and 20 for the Bulldogs. Timeout on the field. And Jed Bell out there, you know, you don't go to the prevent, I don't think, but you play soft. Don't you think, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be looking for the pass here with only a minute and 44 left, and it's 4th down and 20. I mean, pass or screen or any kind of draw maybe. But I think Eston, he's going to try to get this first down any way he can with only a minute and 44 left, but we used 2 timeouts already.
You're right, this is the 3rd one. So we talked about the timeout situation early. I mean, you can't blame Coach Ennis, but you got guys not getting on the field. Key early in the quarter. So here we go, folks. 4th and 20 for the Bulldogs. And Nichols lets one go. Massey under it, and it falls to the ground. And that's when you want to drop anyway. So now it's 1st and 10. Take over on downs.
Yeah, great play by Massey. I mean, he read that rule out the whole way, and he almost...
Shymir Vessels is not getting up from that last play. He's down back around the 31-yard line. But you go back to the play there by Massey.
Yeah, good play by Massey. I mean, he almost played like a free safety and just read that wheel route. And he looks like he's hurt too. They're carrying him off the field.
Oh my goodness. A lot of them carrying him off the field. Oh, and they just nicely dump him off on the sidelines. Carefully carry him to the side and dump him off.
Yeah, I'm sure the Woodbridge Raiders are holding their breath right now with one of their best players down in Shymir.
All-state defensive end. You don't want to lose this guy. But they're gonna take over on downs with a minute 35 to go. He's also their offensive guard, left guard. Yeah, it's interesting here because Eston Ennis is out there too, and Eston Ennis, a class guy, and he's coached Shymir Vessel for years, and he's just as concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when Coach Ennis was at Woodbridge, he was always the hardest one on Shymir. I mean, Coach Ennis, he did Woodbridge's strength program while he was there, and he really turned that program around. He was a part of that.
Right, so Ennis, Vessels walks off under his own power, maybe just a shot to the gut and a little take the wind out of his sails. But 1st and 10 for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, minute 35 to go. Laurel's only got one more timeout, so you play for the first down. Oh, they have no more timeouts. No more timeouts, so just a couple snaps here and get out of this thing and survive, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is definitely a lesson for Woodbridge today, and they need to just go ahead and get out here with this win and definitely learn from this game.
And they're going to the victory formation with a minute 35 to go. So it looks like maybe 2 more snaps and it'll be official. But I tell you, Woodbridge, like you said, they have to learn from this. And this is going to make some other teams around the state see them as beatable now.
Yeah, I mean, the way that Laurel controlled the clock today, I mean, that really stopped Woodbridge's momentum from scoring and kept the offense off the field and the defense on. And you gotta give your hats up to Laurel today. They played a heck of a game.
Well, and, and when we say take your hats off to them and tip your hat, everything, the way Eston Ennis designed this game plan, how Sean Larimore set this up. It was a festive atmosphere that Woodbridge had to walk into with everything. And Woodbridge comes in this game with everything to lose, more than they have everything to win. And maybe they got sucked into the surroundings. Woodbridge played great defense from the late second quarter on, but their offense didn't really step up until that last drive.
Yeah, I mean, their defense, Leo and Shymir, they both made great plays on 3rd and 4th down. And their offense, they came in at the right time. And, great teams, they make great plays at the right times, and great players that make great plays at the right times. And you've seen it today, Troy and number 10, Brewer. I mean, they made a fantastic play with a couple minutes left in the game and to probably their last possession.
Right, it's absolutely their last possession. So, folks, that's a final here in Laurel. Woodbridge 10, Laurel 7. We're going to take one more commercial time out, and when we come back, we're going to pick the player of the game.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family signed up. So my wife, my children, my young son comes in. My son's only 10.
They have the kids classes, they have the fitness class if you're just looking primarily to get in shape. Obviously the jiu-jitsu class is what I come here for.
Every time I walk through that door, I'm unbelievably happy, that I'm here. I mean, just a reminder of all the energy and effort that I've put in.
Even if you just watch a class first, you won't know until you try.
This place is for everybody. Actually, my entire family signed up.
Welcome back to Schallenberger Stadium, folks, in Laurel, Delaware. Festive day. Beautiful 58-degree football game. Wonderful weather. Wonderful, excellent football game all the way around. And I think we've had a hard time picking this player of the game, so we're going to go with two of them today. And first of all, talk about a defensive player of the game for the Woodbridge Blue Raiders, Lee Stiles.
I mean, yeah, he made critical plays all game, man. This defensive end, I mean, he's an athletic guy, and he's been making plays in the backfield all game. And he kind of lives in Shamir's shadow, but he came out here today and he showed why he's just as good as Shamir.
And our other player of the game on the offensive side, he really had one big play, but it was a big play because it was a game-winning touchdown. It was an athletic, off-your-feet catch, bring it down and fall to the ground. Michael Brewer is the co-player of the game.
I mean, yeah, way to be focused in that pressure situation. I mean, it's probably Woodbridge's last possession of the game. He comes down with a game-winning touchdown, and he already dropped one before that. So way to come out focused, Michael Brewer, number 10. Great catch to keep Woodbridge undefeated.
So the two teams, after they shake hands, they meet in the middle of the field. I think Estenanis has to walk away with this proud of what his kids did because, right now Estenanis, he's focused on 2017.
Right. I mean, he's a young coach, and this guy, I mean, I've been around him. He knows how to get his players to play for him. He brings extraordinary energy to his team, and he knows what he's doing. He's been a football player himself. He was at a great program in Wesley, so I'm sure he's taking all that stuff and he's putting it all in one. And look out for Laurel. They're going to be good here in the next couple of years.
Absolutely. He has a huge sophomore class. I was at the breakfast this morning where the 2016 team met with the 1986 team, and he introduced his players. And when he told his sophomores to stand up, it was like half his team. It was a huge, huge class. Let's talk a little bit about next week's game. It's the Lions Cup Trophy. Delmar will be traveling up north and to take on the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. And Sean Brennan will be on the call with me. But talk a little bit about this. You've talked before. After today's game, Delmar's got to say, look, we got a shot at these guys.
Oh, yeah. Delmar, I mean, seeing this game and seeing Laurel do what they did up front, I mean, Delmar, they got to have great amount of confidence. They can beat the Raiders. But the Raiders, they got to, go back to the drawing board on Monday and see what they can do better and see what they can do to drop some of these turnovers and interceptions and maybe open it up a little bit with the passing game.
So, folks, we've talked a lot about Woodbridge and the connection with 1999 and the last conference title. But today, as Sean Larimer told me, it was all about the day. It was all about the 1986 first ever Division II state champions that they honored today, and we had some up here in the box. And Jordan, I think you can think back to your playing days, and you have some great memories. But there are no memories like team accomplishments, because like Danny Alvarez said at halftime, you're now part of a fraternity.
Right, it's a brotherhood. I mean, I never won the championships at Woodbridge, but at Wesley, we won some championships, and it's definitely a brotherhood, and it's something you always remember and stuff that you always carry with you for the rest of your life.
So, folks, next week I'll be back with Sean Brennan, but look for Jordan to come back during the playoffs. We're going to cover as many games we have as we can, and we'll have Jordan Westcott back on the mic coming up for a playoff game, because it's looking right now if Woodbridge can finish 10-0, they're going to get that home game that first Friday night. So I know exciting times in Bridgeville. Is Mom here today, or is she up at Dover?
No, she's here today.
Okay, so she came to watch the young one play. And what time is the Del State kickoff there?
I think it was at 2 o'clock.
So 2 o'clock, so they're underway. So, folks, for Trey Mitchell, our cameraman, Jordan Westcott, I'm Benny Mitchell, 302 Sports. Join us next week as we travel up Route 13, as the Woodbridge Blue Raiders host the Delmar Wildcats, and it will be for the Henlipen Conference Southern Division Championship. Folks, have a great weekend and a great sports week. Great game.